Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome to Week 7 action, the last week of the regular season between Collective Experience and FTD Darkin. I'm the play-by-play. Today we are joined by the color caster, Xernian. No Matt Pizza today, because he just never shows up to anything, so, the usual.
Imagine being, Matt Pizza and saying, like, oh no, my parents are in town. Like, yeah, remember what I said in the Discord? I was just like, yeah, okay, imagine having parents. Just get disowned like the rest of us, bro. Okay. So, exciting matchup we're seeing. We have Collective Experience on the blue side. We saw them last week. We just had Brown Ale, that top laner, on the pregame show. Dude is an absolute monster on the side lane. So, we were talking about this before. He's like, yeah, they just kind of pick me Mundo whenever it's up. So, I really want to see FTD either just ban it or, if Collective Experience, I want to see what Brown Ale can do on literally anything else, right? We've seen him play Urgot in that series as well too. So anything that kind of power picks for Brown Ale, that's what I really want to see going into this series.
Yeah, and we'll have to see what's going to happen in draft as we're still waiting for that one to start. Collective on the blue side, FTD on the red side. So FTD currently riding a 2-series win streak, ended up taking down Iconic and Hyperion Sword. I mean, I feel like everyone is kind of like, all right, you took down those two teams. That's, obviously you most likely will win these. But FTD are riding a 2-series win streak, while Collective won last week. They beat Iconic and then ended up falling to LTMK the week before. But I feel like that's pretty standard, going in 1-1 on this one. So should be a pretty interesting game. I feel like both these teams very stylistic in how they play. And we'll have to see how that's going to come out in draft, because I feel like Collective, they have some picks that obviously with being on the blue side, if it's left open, I'm pretty sure they're just going to pick it and they don't care what matchup it's in.
Yeah, I mean, I think Brown Ale was saying this too on the pregame show. He's like, well, I really don't see a lot of teams knowing how to answer that, side lane pressure that he exerts. And has shown it over and over again how easy it is for him to just kind of pick it up and run off with it. So as we're just getting right into the bans here, that's going to be Malzahar, banned away from FTD Darkin by Collective. There's Twitch, banned from Marty. We talked about this last week as well and on the pregame show. ADC Marty, not support Marty, they've just been blinding that Twitch into basically anybody, right? As we're flying through all the other bans, Mundo is also banned away from Brown Ale, like we just talked about. But yeah, that Twitch pick we really saw, and Lacuna taking his Kindred taken away. But Twitch, we really saw that aggressive bot lane style where it was just constant fighting. Twitch was always like hee under the sewers and just running around everywhere. So Clutch, looking at this B1, what do you think Collective Experience do they take for another ADC? Do they kind of opt for Zeri maybe? Something else? We'll see what they lock in here.
Yeah, Zeri's left open. If they don't want Zeri, I know a lot of teams take Nautilus, but we're going to see the Volibear be locked in. It is going to be a flex pick most likely. I feel like it's probably going to go to Lacuna because I feel like they play it the most. And we haven't really seen Brown Ale on it this split. So I have a feeling that this Volibear is probably going jungle. FTD Darkin now hovering the Nautilus. Again, with Zeri being left open, Nautilus is very good into Zeri, and it kind of makes you not want to take the Zeri because you have the point-and-click CC with the ultimate. So sometimes teams will blind Nautilus to be like, hey, you don't get to play Zeri. As we see the Nautilus going to be locked in, Corki is going to be hovered here for Uncool Squash in the mid lane. We've seen him play things like the Victor, like the Corki. So pretty stylistic for Uncool Squash in the mid lane, and now Leona going to be hovered for the side of Collective Experience.
My question is that, FTD Darkin opting to blind that Corki, knowing that a place for boats is a Victor player. Victor does actually have a favorable lane matchup into Corki, so I imagine them pick that here, or they opt for the Ashe. Frel, your diff. Technically, Volibear still a flex, can be going into that jungle or the top lane. Leona and Nautilus, obviously, you've got two supports that are just kind of like face rolling, running into each other, a lot of playmaking ability. So I'd like to see FTD kind of round out their comp with a bit more poke, something in the ADC that, obviously going into Ashe. What's really good against Ashe, bro? Veigar. But, showing Corki, obviously, it's really obvious they'd be going into the bot lane. So I don't know. We'll have to see. And FTD locks in that J4, so there's a lot of early game aggression looking to help this Corki scale into the mid to late game.
Yeah, and for the side of Collective, the Ashe coming through, Ash has been rising up in priority, especially with the buffs that she's gotten. Very good utility AD carry right now, and Collective going to be picking up that one. For the side of FTD, Darkin, the Jarvan coming through, huge playmaking jungler, very strong right now. And for the side of FTD, Darkin, Jason KB on the J4. We've seen Jason KB on the J4 earlier in the season, look pretty good on it. So definitely going to be seeing what he's going to be doing in this game. With that J4, you're hoping, hey, he's going to be very active on the map, going to be looking to gank lanes, because J4 is a champion where you don't really need a lot of farm. The whole point is you basically are playing towards your lanes and you're just playing to spam gank to get them ahead. As we see the Victor Malphite taken away from the side of FTD, and the Urgot Aatrox being taken away with the Tristana lock-in.
Tristana Nautilus, that's a bot lane we saw a lot more, I think, last season. Especially like Tristana Rel, Tristana Nautilus. I just think of Tactical and Corey JJ when they're really hot on that combo. Obviously playing this really, really aggressive bot lane, right? I think it can really hinder the game, especially for Leona if they're constantly playing for pressure in the early game, where Collective Experience is going to lock in that Veigar. I really want to see them play around the cage, right? If you're playing around, certain choke points in the river, then, you play with it. You have so many ways to start the fight. Collective Experience obviously having Volley Bear, right? Jumping over the wall, or Leona from a gank, or, something like, even an Ashe Arrow can start a fight. So Collective Experience is going to lock in that Cho'Gath for their final pick. And top lane is going to be that last R5 for FTD Darkin. Cho'Gath obviously very good at scaling because
Renekton.
R5 Renekton, man. The Croc.
No way. They gotta be doing it as a meme. There's no way they actually do this, right?
No, he actually locks in the Croc.
Okay, you know what? To be honest, we meme the R5 Renekton, but I want to see what Reigning Wolves can do on this pick, because Renekton's like never locked in ever, because it's such a I need to get ahead early game and absolutely snowball or I lose. And Reigning Wolves, he is a pretty good top laner, and I want to see what he's going to be able to do up against a Brown Ale in the top lane, because Brown Ale's no slouch either. He's, in my eyes, one of the best top laners in the league. I look at these two team comps, though. I really like what this side of Collective have going for them. They have the fact that they can start the fights with the Ashe Arrow, with the Leona ult. But they also have Disengage. They have the Veigar cage. They have the Cho'Gath silence. So their comp is very flexible, whereas FTD, they are all in. They are diving in. They're going straight in to try to burst the carries. And if you are FTD, you have to wait for Veigar cage to be down, because if you try to engage with that, you're going to get stuck and you're just going to get deleted. Tristana is a very low range AD carry. She needs to get in your face. And against Collective's comp, if that cage is up and they have the CC, Tristana most likely will get CC down and won't be able to play the game. So it'll be very interesting to see both these teams, how they are going to do with their team compositions.
Yeah, I mean, like you said earlier, FTD Darkin really, really has to play for that early game, get the Renekton ahead, and you have Tristana, Nautilus, obviously so much early pressure from this lane alone, and J4 who's going to be looking to run around the map and gank. I think for Collective Experience, they have a lot of safer scaling, especially in that Veigar and Cho'Gath. Ashe's utility, she'll be useful in whatever. She just presses R. She's fine. She has Hawkshot. Like, she can be like 0-10. Oh, I press Hawkshot. Okay, now we know where their entire team is. Okay, guys, good luck. Right, so I think Collective Experience has a lot more, I think, forgiveness in terms of if they mess up in the early game. But FTD Darkin is, like you said, if they get, any favorable fight in that early game, they get the first two Drakes and they have control early, it's really hard for Collective to take it back.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how this game is going to go. I feel like, FTD, they're this team that's really aggressive. They like to fight early game, and I feel like, they have the comp to do that. They definitely have the comp to be able to fight early game. So we'll see how that's going to work out for them. And Journey, we have to predict the Dragons. I know you have the script, so, I don't even know why I asked you to predict it, because you can just tell me what it's going to be.
It's
and
Ocean,
I know you're
bro.
going to be right.
It's Ocean.
Okay. So if it's Ocean this game, guys, I swear to God, I'm gonna be so tilted if it's Ocean. I might leave the call, actually. Might just leave.
I'll solo cast, solo produce, solo run EO.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Mountain,
Okay.
because I look at these comps. Got the Cho'Gath, got the Leona, got the Holy Bear.
Yeah, right.
Got the
Games
Jarvan,
is like,
Nautilus,
we need
Renekton.
tanky.
Okay.
And,
The game is gonna be like, oh, there's tanks. We gotta give them the Mountain. And I'm like, exactly. Gotta give them the Mountain Soul. So I'm gonna go with Mountain. We'll see if that is going to be the case. Xernian, got anything to say before we head to a break?
You know, I'm gonna say this now. It's actually FTD Support's birthday today. Yorichi Tsukikuni. Sorry if I said that wrong. Yay, happy birthday, woo! We love playing League of Legends on our birthdays. What a gift. You know, happy birthday to them. You know, very nice of them to show up and play some League of Legends for their team on their birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. Well, with that, we're going to go to a short break. But when we come back, Collective Experience taking on FTD Darkin Week 7 matchup, crucial for a playoff seeding. We'll see you guys in just a couple of minutes. Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome to Game 1 action between the Collective Experience and Feed the Dream. Darkin, I am your play-by-play, joined by Xernian. Xernian, what's that dragon up there? Did your script break for this game?
Oh, no. I thought you asked me what the first strike was, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
I
bad.
think the script broke, actually.
My bad. I thought you were asking me what the first strike was. I read it wrong. I read the first strike. Okay, Hook.
Well,
okay.
Hook gonna be going
Aftershock.
Yes. Yeah. It's one of those where you're like, you know what? I'm going in. I'm making a statement. And then, nothing really happens because they both have Aftershock and nobody dies. So, but looking at the runes here, as Ale is, we're already fighting. It might only be a minute in, but we're fighting. So definitely in for a banger in this game. I think pretty standard runes for everyone. Veigar does have Predator, but I feel like that's pretty standard. That's what you would expect. Hail of Blades on Tristana. I feel like you either go Hail of Blades or you go PTA. You either go one of those. At least I haven't seen Tristana in forever, but I feel like that's what you go. Lethal Tempo on Jarvan maybe could be a little bit unique, but I think you can still go that. It's not anything that's too crazy in my eyes, though.
Yeah, I mean, looking at both of these matchups, Marty Squared was able to start right into that bot side already. And, imagine having to lead for your jungler. That's crazy. So they're going to have to show up a little bit later here. I don't think that's really going to affect them, but I really think that if Nautilus and Tristana, so Hello and Yorichi, get level 2 first, it could spell disaster for the Marty duo here in the bot lane.
Yeah, the problem with the bot lane is obviously Ashe is really immobile, right? Ashe is not a mobile AD carry, and Tristana getting that level 2 first, jumping in onto Ashe is going to be so much damage, but it looks like the level 2 should be going to the side of Collective. Those Raining Wolves getting some damage down. Junglers, I believe, started on opposite sides of the map. We can see the Jarvan pathing up, and the Volibear is now pathing down. So maybe there'll be a play for the side of Feed the Dream, with Jason KB maybe looking on to Ale in the top lane with that wave pushing. Maybe something can happen up there, but we'll have to see. I mean, it is obviously only 2 minutes and 40 seconds in, so it is very early as we do see Jarvan making his way up here.
Jason K. Boy, he's swimming.
Yeah, he's maybe looking for a play. Cho'Gath does have the flash, but with the point and click W, Silence going to be coming through. Brown Ale going to be flashing. That's going to be the knock coming through. Brown Ale trying to walk out of that one. Will they be able to find the kill is the answer. No, he does get out alive. Problem is, though, his wave is in
Jason K. Boy, come back. Where are you going, bro? Oh, no. It's not going to help him shove that wave. So a good play, taking Brown Ale's flash, but man, you really got to help him shove that in. Now he's not going to be able to have time, and now Brown Ale's got a TP, and now he can't shove that in. Rip tempo, actually.
Yeah, so, it's just a tempo game.
Oh, he's actually looking in the mid lane.
Oh, we're going to be looking mid now. Veigar does have the flash. I believe doesn't have the cage. Knockup going to be coming through. Damage going to be coming through from Uncle. Squash gets another flash, and we said that Jason K-Boy on the Jarvan. He's obviously going to be looking to make plays early on. He's already blown 2 flashes for his team. That's flashes burn. That's no kills. You need to go back to those lanes and punish them now that they have, if they overextend, because now they're not going to have an escape tool.
Yeah, Jason K-Boy really saying like, hello, flash police.
Oh, Volibear kind of caught in a weird spot. Probably going to have the flash. Knockup going to be coming through. Lacuna does have the flash. Cage going to be coming down. 3 flashes burned.
Another flash.
J4. And with the flashes coming out, you've got to think that, Jarvan basically can look anywhere. Now we're looking on Leona. Leona has flash, and it's going to be used. That's another one burn. We've got 4 now. Basically, Jarvan, I feel like, can show up at any lane and be like, you don't have flash. Have fun getting away.
Yeah, and this is exactly what we were talking about in draft, that, Jason K-Boy on that J4, he's going to be just running around looking for all these early plays, taking every single flash, obviously, as we just saw. 4 flashes in about 4 minutes. So, like you said, have to repeat gank, take all of those kills now, right? Otherwise, you're really not playing to your team's win condition. This is just the first step. Sure, you took the flash, but now you need to actually turn that into gold. You don't get money by people pressing F or D or whatever key they have it on. You gotta actually kill them, take all their HP. So, I really want to see how Jason K-Boy plays. He can go basically anywhere now and take any kill where he likes. So it really depends where he wants to go. I would really like to see him go in the top lane, help out that Renekton again, get him early, because I think past level 6, Brown Ale is really gonna, you know, just be tanky and he's gonna scale with his ult especially, and Raining Wolves will have a difficult time killing him.
Yeah, and we'll have to see. I mean, again, like getting flashes is one thing. Yes, you've gotten the flash for your team, for your laner, but I feel like a lot of people they don't realize you got to go back, right? Like the whole point is to kill them. Yes, you've gotten their flash, you've gotten your laner a lead, but you need to punish them. You got to be able to get them kills, and if you're just getting flashes at the end of the day, it's not going to be enough to be able to put your team ahead. So we'll see what Jason K. Boy is going to do. Obviously, he's going to be down farm. I mean, that's just how it's going to go. Volibear is farming up while Jason KB is playing towards his team, getting things done on the map. First dragon, though, looks like it's going to go over to the side of the collective. What's the next dragon going to be? All right, I'm still alive. That's all I'm saying.
You said mountain, right? Oh, I don't know, man. Okay, mountain. Yeah, I mean, no TPs, both for place for boats and cool squash. I mean, you're playing Veigar and Corki. You're just like, hey guys, we're just playing the scale, right? So on cool squash, playing that Corki, really looking to poke, especially really want to see how he plays around package. Package is something that I feel most teams don't actually know how to play around. It's just like, okay, do we start a fight? And the Corki's just like, oh, my package just took up the whole river. Goodbye, your HP bars. And then he kind of wins off of that.
Yeah, and we see Lacuna on the bottom side of the map. Jarvan going to be walking over now with the wave being pushed in. FTD's bot lane can kind of walk up that river, but again, flash is being burned. There's still timers for this Jarvan to be able to make plays, but the window is starting to get smaller and smaller. And obviously, we said this a million times, but you can't just get flash. You got to actually take them out. You got to get some kills. So for the side of Collective, if they are able to stay alive, none of them die, and they end up getting their flashes back, that's worth. I mean, you use your flash to get out of a potential death, and you're kind of hanging out. And I feel like, especially for a collective, they're not the team that needs to be the ones making the plays. I feel like they outscale. Once the Veigar gets online, it's kind of GG, I feel like. And for the side of FTD, I feel like this team is really the team that wants to snowball. They want to get ahead. They want to be the proactive team. So an even game state, I feel like, favors the side of the collective experience.
Yeah, Brown Ale, he's basically got his flash up again, level 6 now. Raining Wolves up a level, up a little bit of CS here, but at the end of the day, like you said, without the gold and all of that stuff, it really doesn't translate into much when he outscales. And Brown Ale looking for that trade.
Yeah, okay. Brown Ale getting the grasp. You know, that's all he wanted. I feel like this matchup in the top lane reminds me of like Godzilla versus like Kong or something, even though it's really not. But like, you got the two big boys in the top lane, and you know they're both. We got the Croc and I guess a Void Monster. Is that what Cho'Gath is? As well, we're looking in the bot lane. Gonna be looking onto this Leona. Leona no flash, nice Zen and Blade, but they're gonna be jumping in. This should be the Leona going down for sure. Super tanky actually stays alive. As how balanced is Leona? As now Tristana gonna be taking some damage, but unfortunately they're not able to burst down the Leona. And Leona is fairly tanky, really hard to take down. And for the side of Collective, they end up getting out alive without that flash.
Yeah, I mean, ADC Marty just had to use the heal. Support Marty didn't even have to use the flash when it came back up. So really smart use of the Zenith Blade using Jason K. Boy. It's like, oh, thank you for giving me a place to E. He's gonna answer by taking that red buff, but other than that, still, oh, I think Marty just flashed. ADC Marty used flash for something.
Yep. Yeah, and gotta look at the top lane though, as Lacuna does have the ult, can turn off the tower. There's two plays going on at once. They're looking to gank mid lane for the side of FTD. That's the flash burn. Cage comes down. That should be it. Now we can look at the top lane as here we go. Lacuna does have that ultimate, can turn off the tower. When is it going to be used? Renekton going to be using that ult, going to get stunned. When is Lacuna going to turn off the tower? The tower has now been turned off. Lacuna very low. Raining Wolves looking to outplay this one. 2v1, should be able to flash forward actually. Cannot, and that's the chomp down from Brown Ale. A little bit of a messy dive, but it ends up paying out for the side of Collective. Is now the dream. The reinforcements are here. Brown Ale will go down. A 1-for-1 in the top lane, but Raining Wolves now going to be losing that wave.
Yeah, a little bit greedy, obviously. Lacuna, man, just press R. Like, you don't really get much else, like, much of other value instead of, like, just holding your ult, right? Just turn off the tower, kill him, get out, right? So a little bit, like you said, a little bit sloppy on that dive. Brown Ale obviously having to walk forward afterwards instead of backwards, and, leads up to his death. So, obviously not the worst trade for FTD. But regardless, like the gold just really isn't that big of a difference for them, only being up about 200 gold here. You know, you're getting to that second Drake, you're 10 minutes in, and you have this really strong early game comp. You took so many flashes earlier, and, you know, really not seeing that effort going into any fruition.
Yeah, obviously Feed the Dream, they kind of need to up the tempo a little bit. They got to get something going, because we've said this, Collective, you know, they're fine chilling with an even game, and this is how much damage Renekton does now, by the way. Cho'Gath almost has that all. Actually, Renekton's gonna get ran down. That's the knockup coming through. Raining Wolves probably gonna get solo killed. Ultimate comes out. Brown Ale able to pick up the kill. And again, if you can't get anything done in the early game with this Renekton, with that Prio, it's just gonna be a disaster as Brown Ale able to pick up the solo kill.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, if we had that kill earlier up on Brown Ale earlier, gets that kill, and you would have had this mythic by then, and maybe would have turned that fight. But Drake.
Arrow gonna be coming down. That's a stun. Watch the package. This is gonna land. That's gonna be the ults coming through from the side of Feed the Dream. Marty, I'm scared. On the Ash, gonna be taken down. Uncool Squash. They're all sitting in the package. So much damage coming through. Uncool Squash running forward. Not able to find the Kakuna. He's gonna flash forward. Will the Volibear stay alive? The answer is no. Double kill gonna be going over for the mid laner. Feed the Dream. Can he get the triple? Is the question. Cage gonna come down. Rocket will land. That's the stun coming through. Uncool Squash staying alive. Cataclysm gonna be coming out. Can he get the Quadra? Will he be able to pick it up? Is the question. Jason K. Boy picks it up. Veigar able to get a return kill. And an absolute bloodfest in the bot lane. A 3-for-4 for the side of Feed the Dream, I believe. So many kills, just
so sloppy. I think you end up, you look at the scoreboard, right? It's 5-for-5 at the same time again. Jason K. Boy, you're getting a little low there on that.
He's good.
He's fine. He's got W. He's good. But yeah, I mean, if we take a look at that fight one more time, we're gonna watch how kind of messy it gets, right? Like, it starts off kind of looking in favor for Collective, right? Everyone's doing so much damage, but that package, especially by Uncool Squash, really doing its work. And eventually gets to a point where Uncool Squash really is fighting the entire backline of Collective, just saying like, yeah, I'm Corky, don't worry, I'm chilling, man. Right? So I think it plays for boats with those really long cooldowns early, not enough damage to burst people in that early fight. It really shows at the very end where, I mean, he gets that return kill because, I mean, W fell, but I mean, I like the answer here from Collective, taking that Rift Herald. I'd like to see where they drop it, maybe somewhere in the top lane or the mid lane, but it depends. I think very even fight, not the cleanest from either team. I think that's even quite favorable for Collective, because if FTD hard wins that fight, then it looks really bad, because then they get that tempo that they've been wanting.
Yeah, and those are plates going to be going over to the side of Collective. Even game state for both of these teams. Meanwhile, they're going to be looking for the Veigar in the mid lane, but this Nautilus little bit too far forward. That is the ultimate coming through. A place for Boats, able to pick up a kill onto that support. And the side of Collective punishing that Nautilus. Roam going a little bit too far forward, maybe looking for a play, but the team wasn't able to follow up. So does end up falling. Another kill going over to the Veigar. A little bit scary. Both mids 3-1-1. So a place for Boats and Uncool Squash. Very, very strong in this game. Also, I got the dragon wrong. It is the Hextech. So, I mean, technically you win because you are the producer. So technically you actually can't lose. It's actually unlosable.
It's not rigged, I swear, man.
Yeah,
my bad. I just read the first Drake off the top of the list. My bad. Next time we'll get it.
Yeah, okay, because, you know, you can't lose. Because if I win, you win. But if I lose, you win. So no matter what, you're going to win. This is rigged. Why did we do this?
Rigged.
Matt Pizza, where are you? Okay? Feed the Dreams on stream, and you're not even here. These are your boys. On top of that, Exernian wins no matter what. He's leaving me in the dust. Come on, man.
Yeah, I think that's a thing we also didn't really talk about is just the plates that went down. Yurichi and Hello actually didn't get any plates. Those first, and you're playing Tristana Nautilus, right? And looking at that kind of early aggressive bot lane, yeah, you really didn't get you know, anything out of that. Where as Marty, both of them actually got a plate right before they fell. So I think Brown Ale also up a plate or two before they fell too, and it just kind of seems like, you know, FTD really isn't getting what they wanted out of this draft.
Yeah, and we'll see. I feel like, oh, here we go. Maybe an engage coming through, but they're engaging on Leona. That is not the person you really want to engage on. They're going to be coming down. They're looking for this Nautilus. Nautilus, though, flash goes down. Stun comes through. Hello, 301 taking a bunch of damage on that. Tristana jumps away. Is the Ignite enough to take him down? Has to use the heal. But Lacuna on the hunt. It's a bear looking for a Yordle. Will Lacuna be able to find the kill? Ultimate still available for Tristana. Ult comes down, but it doesn't matter. Lacuna picks up the kill. Looks like Feed the Dream slowly falling apart in this game. We're going to see if they're going to be able to make a play onto this Cho'Gath, though, as they're waiting for the stun to come through. Cho'Gath still has that flash. Ultimate is available. Silence coming through. Brown Ale looking to maybe turn this one around. He's flashing forward, and he gets the kill. Now, will he be able to walk out of this one? Cataclysm going to be coming through. Jason K. Boy, he doesn't have enough damage to take down Brown Ale. That's the Lethal Templar, not the Conqueror. The flag and drag to get out of that one alive. But in the top side, oh, we look mid. Damage coming down onto a place for Boats, able to stay alive, but Brown Ale, he is 2v1, and he says, you know what? I like these odds, as he's just able to kill Raining Wolves on the Crocodile.
Brown Ale really showing it up to them. He's like, I'm going tank Cho'Gath, and I'm still going to win. As, full squash, place for boats.
Yeah, what's going on here? Is Lacuna is going to be going in. TP going to be coming down. Hello, 301 is here. It's a party in the mid lane. We call this the NA Ram, baby, as everyone's coming to the mid lane. Looks like everyone is now going to leave the mid lane. They say, all right, guys, we had our little party. Now we're going to be done holding hands.
Everyone said hi. It's like, all right, see you at next break. See you in 20.
Yeah, everyone said hello to Hello 301. They were like, hello.
Yeah, and they're like, okay, see you in about 20 seconds for the Drake. And then, so Raining Wolves doesn't have the TP yet. He's going to have it like 20 seconds after Drake spawns. Brown Ale actually just used his in the mid lane there. So Brown Ale walking up for this fight.
Oh no. Oh no. Crocodile, you've been here before. Oh no. That's a flash away from Raining Wolf. Is Ale just going to take the tower? Oh my. I was about to say, is this guy. Oh, nice flash coming through from the Ash, but that's a package coming through. That's the Death Charge. You cannot dodge that one. Is Uncool Squash able to pick up the kill.
Yeah, I mean, Nautilus, people like kind of forgot about him for a while, and they're like, oh wait, he's got a point and click ultimate. As Collective, I don't know if you want to contest this one.
Oh, here we go. Fight can be going down. Collective maybe looking to make a play. Veigar able to pick up one. Still has that ultimate. Hasn't used it yet. Need to watch a place for both. What can he get done in this fight? Is he going to be able to carry? That's a double kill coming through. That's a huge Leona ult coming through. Need to watch this. Tristana, is he able to get one? And Cool Squash will be able to get it. Is that the ult coming through? Already used it from the Veigar. Stun coming through from Lacuna. Running forward. Lacuna kills Hello 301. And it's a 3v4 for the side of Collective. But they say we like those odds as they get a 3-for-1.
Yeah, and all the meanwhile, Brown Ale is really just handing it to Raining Wolves right now, proxying his wave. And the thing is, Raining Wolves didn't TP, even though he had it. Knowing that Brown Ale, they saw him TP down into the mid lane, so I feel like Raining Wolves could have TP'd down to that Drake fight and said, okay guys, I'm losing my wave, whatever. I'm going to take that fight. He's already down 2 levels. You know, he's up just a little bit of CS here, but, you know, obviously that doesn't really matter with how tanky Brown Ale is at this point.
One thing I want to point out is, hold that thought, I might not be able to. As here we go, place for Boats with the Predator. He's running in. Now he might actually be caught out.
He needs a place to run now. Uh-oh.
No, he doesn't have anywhere to run, and he's gonna go down. He was trying for the flank, but then the other team's like, wait a minute. You're alone. We're just gonna go on you. What are you doing? And place for Boats does end up falling. Meanwhile, on the top side, Brown Ale looking for the solo kill, has the ultimate. Oh,
doesn't even matter. That's towers don't exist, man.
Leona ult is being used. It's a 3v4. They're going for this one. Volibear in the pit. Does he have the smite? Shutdown comes through. Low HP bars, but it doesn't matter as Lacuna trying for the hero play to get the dragon just ends up falling. So despite Renekton going down, Feed the Dream able to pick themselves up 2 kills.
Yeah, I think it's really greedy to go for that Drake, right? You have Brown Ale winning super hard in that top lane. Raining Wolves has TP, obviously didn't opt to use it. And you saw place for Boats get picked off. You know, you don't have your Veigar, you don't have your Cho'Gath. I just feel like at that point, you miss the Ash Arrow. You just don't have the tools that you need to win that fight. I like that Lacuna tried, you know, for a steal, but it's not the sole point. You can give it up. It was just the 3rd Drake of the game. You guys are ahead. Just play towards your winning lanes and the winning players on your team. I feel like a little bit of a failure for Collective to understand what they needed to fight and take that. So obviously, you know, not the best, I think, but overall still, I think, coming out on top. FTD still really trying to fight back and taking that Drake. And really good look, I think, especially from Yurichi. All of these picks, really, really good looks.
Yeah, and one thing I want to point out, it was said in Twitch chat, but look at the Leona Vision score. 56 now in 20 minutes. There is so many words on the map for the side of Collective. Absolutely insane vision coming through. So I just want to give a quick shout out to Leona.
True, we got 2 support mains on the cast, you know.
Yeah. We don't talk about supports enough, I swear. We actually are like, since we're support mains, we are just like, oh, supports don't matter. Here we go. We're looking at the top lane. We're looking at top laners as Raining Wolves taking damage. Brown Ale walking forward, has the oh no.
That's like half his HP. Clutch, where does it go?
I think Brown Ale has probably doubled his solo kills this split in this game alone. Like, he's done so much in the top lane on this Cho'Gath. And, you know, Brown Ale, again, I think this guy's one of the most underrated top lanes in the league. He plays these tanks. He reminds me of Chicky Pie in EGL, that they play these tanks. They're not on the carries, but they're still so powerful. They're still winning lanes. So just want to give a quick shout out to Brown Ale in the top lane. He also was on the pregame show. Real nice guy. So quick shout out to him. But Collective now have themselves a 3K lead. And honestly, this Cho'Gath, oh boy, he's a bit fed.
Yeah, he's a big boy. He just finished that demonic embrace. We saw the blasting wand in his inventory just before this purchase. So, I mean, like, how do you play against that, man? Renekton is really falling out of the game at this point. He's just become a stun bot. Really doesn't matter what other buttons he presses in a fight. It really, really depends on how they look. I think FTD is going to have to get really creative with all of their angles. They're really going to up that vision game and look for any picks. Oh, they might have just found one.
They might have just found one here. Lacuna going a little bit too far forward. Nice flash out. Nice buffering of the ult with the Nautilus hook. Able to get out of that one. Dredge line does connect, but with the buffer, we'll walk out of that one. So 3K lead for the side of Collective. 2 minutes until this dragon spawns. So if you are FTD, you have to find a way, you know, how are we going to pick up this Veigar? Because I feel like a lot of the damage is on the Veigar. Ashe, not really, you know, to that mark where she can output a ton of damage. Yes, this Cho'Gath can do damage, but obviously this Cho'Gath is not the I'm going to walk up and kind of kill everyone. It's not really what Cho'Gath does. He can kill one person, but it's definitely going to be on the side of FTD. How can we burst the Veigar? Because Veigar in this game, a lot of their damage at the time being, and also now has that death cap completed. So this Veigar is very, very strong. And if you screw up as FTD, if you go in with the cage being up, you are probably getting one shot from the Veigar. Like, one W comes down and you're going to lose almost all your HP bars. So definitely do need to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, especially for the side of FTD. You've got all these champions that want to go, and you have J4 pressing that EQ package, most likely, you know, going to use it to go forward instead of out. And it really depends, right, how this cage is played around. They have so much utility. They could even save Ashe ult for someone like Justana. Oh, that Ashe ulti.
Oh my god, it's gonna hit me!
Oh, it doesn't hit him, man. Okay, watch out. Duck, Cole.
Oh my god, it went through my window, man. Just like Jinxel. Why do they always go through my window? Why can they not go through anyone else's? They're aiming at me, I think. They're taking me out. They're like, the owner, we gotta take him out. We can't have him run the league anymore. My team's not #1 power ranked. It's unfair. As Lacuna gonna get caught out. That's the ult out though, and we'll stay alive. And now with the cage, the re-engage comes through. Brown Ale frontlining is rooted. Can't find a knockup. Those quirky rockets doing a ton. Not able to find a kill though. Now they're gonna have to back off. Health bars kind of low for the side of Collective with that dragon spawning in 5 seconds. Maybe they decide, all right, we might have to give this one up. But knowing these two teams, I feel like we're about to see a fight on our hands.
Yeah, not enough burst for a place for boats just to finish anyone off. Their huge cage and huge knockup from Brown Ale. But, I mean, obviously, Collective looking a little bit worse for wear. Place for boats backing, using that TP to come back to the fight. No ultimate. Actually, still has that ultimate, so...
Yeah, still has the ult, and Lacuna eyes on the Volibear. Volibear doesn't have ult, doesn't have flash, has the smite, but needs a way into the pit. Ashe also is not here. Dragon gonna be going over. The fight is going to go down. Those Raining Wolves, just the sacrificial lamb will fall. Meanwhile, Jason KB goes over the wall, and he doesn't really have anywhere to go. As a place for boats, gonna flash after him. Gonna be looking to take down the kill. The arrow will land. That's the cage. They find themselves another one in this game. Brown Ale maybe looking for the Nautilus. Knockup comes through. Oh, almost tried to predict it, not able to get that one. 2 dead on the side of FTD, and it looks like Collective starting to take over this game. However, FTD, they are 1 away from getting the soul.
Yeah, FTD, I think, could have just counted the members that were actually present for Collective, because, like we said, Ash was still walking through the jungle. Lacuna didn't have the flash, didn't have the ultimate, so I think if FTD is a bit more confident, opted to take that fight, instead of trying to take the dragon and run away, they wouldn't have lost the members. So, but I mean, still big props to Collective saying, you know what, we're just going to take that fight with that confidence, and still coming out ahead, I think, in terms of fighting and taking all of that stuff. But I think overall, Collective still with so much pressure in this game. This Veigar is still continuing to scale. It's just getting scarier and scarier by the moment. I think FTD is really struggling, needs to play for this soul, and basically any kind of fight and picks they can take from now.
Yeah, and we'll have to see what the side of Collective is going to do. They're looking potentially to get this bot turret, but they're stuck in a really weird spot with Ale kind of... I think that's not where you want to be. I feel like that's... You don't want to be there. That's the shutdown going over to the Tristana. So lots of gold going over to this Tristana. Leona flashing away. We'll be able to take that portal out of there. But it does get caught out. And now Raining Wolves pushing that top side. Should be able to pick himself up this turret.
Yeah, Ale unfortunately just dropped a 600 gold bounty down to Hello 301. So, I mean, I'd really like to say, oh, that might have been... Okay, no, very close. Corki actually on the 3D plane, he goes over the sun.
You know, I've seen ADCs when they go against Jarvan, they take Gale Force, and then when Jarvan uses the Cataclysm, there's like a short time, I'm pretty sure, where you can actually like Gale Force through the Cataclysm, and like you can get out of it. And I see ADCs do it, and I'm like, oh my god, they're walking through walls. They're so broken. ADC's OP. What's going on here? No, it's not
yeah,
OP,
ADC is such a broken role, said nobody.
Yeah, said literally nobody. You know, when the Zed comes with like 1 item, he's 1 in 10, shows up, hits ult, and your ADC's 1 popped, who's full build. You're like, what? How does this make any sense?
Yeah, and then Kayn exists, Akali exists, and all these other assassins. Yeah, I love assassins, man. They're so fun to play against. But I mean, looking back at this game, we're really, really looking towards, you know, place for boats. I think everything really comes down to how he places these cages and who he can stop. Oh, Marty.
Oh, Marty going to get caught out, going to go down, but now we'll see if the re-engage is enough. They're going to be looking for the Nautilus. Should be able to take him down. That's the Ignite on to Not. Look at up flashing away. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Uncool Squash able to pick up a kill onto a place for boats. Brown Ale, he's half the lane. This guy.
No, he's a big boy.
Oh my! How much HP does he have?
5,450 HP on this big boy. Has that finished Thorn Mails and Demonic Embrace? So, you know, he's pretty scary.
He still has two more items to build, by the way. Like he can still build 2 more items. And he's at already 5.4k HP. He has 12 stacks on ult. Oh my god. This guy's scary, by the way. I would not want to go near him. I'd be like, stay away from me. Look how big he is. He's half the lane. That's how big he is. You think he can sidestep anything? Or you think he's just getting hit no matter what?
Yeah. I mean, the one thing that we noted was Place for Boats actually getting 1v1 by Uncool Squash in that side lane. Yeah, I mean, look at him. He's 7-1-3 on this Corki. We talked about the 2 scaling mid laners. So I think Uncool Squash really, he's the big damage dealer right now for his team. Barely tickling the Cho'Gath right now, though. So it really depends. I think Collective really have to find that angle on Uncool Squash. And I think they can take out the rest of the team from there. But it really revolves around that Corki and playing around that package and seeing how they can take him out first in a fight.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you, for the side of FTD, it's gonna sound funny, but you kind of need to just say, all right, we have to ignore Cho'Gath and try to kill the carries, even though Cho'Gath is, he's a little bit hard to ignore. As the side of FTD, they just say, all right, you know, we're just gonna go to the Baron, and the problem is, I don't know if you want to do the Baron here. You need to be very careful, as Ash is actually gonna stay at the Dragon. They should just look to turn. However, if FTD just don't get anything and Ash is able to take this Dragon, then it's honestly pretty worth for the side of the collective experience, who should just be able to pick up the dragon. I mean, Ash is just kind of shredding
Yep,
it.
there it goes.
FTD, they just don't get anything out of it. They start the dragon, but they're scared to like kind of force the 4v5. And now, I mean, you have the Corki package. Now, if you're the side of FTD, you're kind of like in this spot where you have to start the engages. Here we go. Corki gonna be going in, but he's stunned on the tower. That package is doing so much for the side of FTD. Very low health plus. Raining Wolves flashes forward, gets the kill, but now you need to watch Brown Ally, as this guy is a huge tank. He just doesn't go down. That's the silence coming through, and the knock-up. 2 kills going over to this Ash. Double kill, and nobody can kill this Cho'Gath on the side of Feed the Dream.
Yeah, look at this man. He's literally just walking, or he's like almost the entire lane at this point. Dude is a monster right now on the Cho'Gath. Look at how much damage he's about to do this tower, bro. Bam! Oh my god.
Just like, he's running down Tristana!
No!
Oh no! There's no. Oh, Twist is gonna get out just barely though. He's in the base! One man! On a mission, he doesn't care. He's taking the tower. Brown Ale, absolutely massive on the Cho'Gath. Meanwhile, the side of Collective, they're just taking the Baron.
Oh, there's a TB in the top one from Uncool Squash. I don't know if he's gonna have enough time though. I think it's gone by then. Oh, uh-oh.
Oh, no,
Nope,
one rocket, not enough. Another TP coming through from the Renekton. We'll see, here we go, maybe a fight begins. Ash stays alive, doesn't go down. Meanwhile, Leona tanking the front line. Cage comes down, a place for both, able to pick up one. Cho'Gath is kind of just 1v3, not dying. Double kill going over to the Veigar. This guy's 1v3 and he's killing everyone. He takes down Jason KB. He is very low. He has to go down now, right? There's no way. Oh my god, he's gonna get out alive. Just out of jumping in. Call him tactical as he will go down. Shutdown comes through. Nautilus has nowhere to go. The ace comes down. Brown Ale is literally unkillable on the Cho'Gath. Oh my goodness.
FTD is falling apart so quickly, especially in those last 2 team fights. I mean, Uncool Squash was doing so much damage, but they don't have anything to kill Brown Ale. Dude is literally 1v3, like you were saying. They can't even kill the dude. And as they're just walking up, looking to maybe take a tower to could possibly end this game at this point. I mean, what do you do about Brown Ale, man? What do you ban from this guy? Ban the Mundo, he picks Cho'Gath.
You know what? It's just a Brown Ale gap. He's too cracked the top lane. But it looks like they're not actually going to end this one. They decide to back off and not risk it. They are up 8k now. I feel like game should pretty much be over in the next couple of minutes. We'll see what Brown Ale is going to buy when he backs. Because he definitely is going to have some gold to spend. And I want to see how much HP he gets. Because, you know, I'm hoping for 6k at this point.
Let's see, 6.3k.
Oh he's just on.
He bought even more, 6.5.
He's 6.5k HP.
Oh, look at him.
Oh my god.
Look at that big tanky lizard boy.
He's so big. He's almost bigger than the tower. I'm pretty sure he's taller than the tower.
My guy is as tall as the tower, by the way.
He is literally, he's Godzilla. That's Godzilla right there. I don't know what you do. And the thing is, for the side of FTD, the Corki and the Tristana, obviously Corki can do some damage, but the Tristana, it's a low range AD carry. You have to get in the face of Brown Ale, and that's not what you want to do against the Cho'Gath. You don't want to get near it at all, and it's super hard for Tristana to play the fights.
Yeah, I mean, you walk up, you get hit by a cage, you get hit by a silence, and there's, like, Leona CC, Ash Arrow, like, what do you do, right? It becomes so impossible for Hello 301 and Uncool Squash to even touch Brown Ale at this point, as they just march it down the base, gotta hit that next runaway pad.
Oh, he's just gonna be hitting the Nexus. I mean, I don't think there's any. Oh, the one kill does go over. Ash does end up falling, but that is gonna be the game. Collective Experience take game number 1 in this series off the back of some great play from Brown Ale on the Cho'Gath. One large boy in the top lane. Did a great job for the side of FTD. I think Uncool Squash still had a great game. I mean, that's kind of what you would expect. You know, Uncool Squash, very consistent, very their carry player for the side of FTD. But if I am the side of FTD, right, I don't think you go for this comp. I don't think you go for the early game. We need to win early or we're going to lose the game, because I feel like if you try to do that, especially if you are this team that, you know, struggles, isn't the cleanest, can't really, you know, punish mistakes, can't really end games fast enough. especially in lower elo, I feel like you just go for the, all right, let's just play for team fight. Let's just pick scaling in the side of collective. I mean, you saw FTD send 2 top and Brown Ale just turns it around and kills 1. So I think the Renekton, maybe we saved that for a different time. I don't think we pull out the Renekton again. I'd like to see something better out of Raining Wolves because I think Raining Wolves is a decent top laner, and I feel like Renekton really is not something that he would pull out necessarily. So I want to see something different from the side of FTD. For collective, keep doing what you're doing. Look pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, next game, just do the same stuff, right? Like you said, Clutch, FTD's got to be changing their draft. I think collective is all right. Game number 2, pull out the same thing, and what is FTD going to pull out to see what they can do to answer, right? They got so many flashes in that early game, took 4 in like the first 4 minutes, but they couldn't do anything, couldn't capitalize on it. So like you said, play for that team fight, play for more scaling. I think change up the ADC pick. I think Tristana really especially struggled into this game with so much long range CC against her that she can't even touch Brown Ale when he becomes that very big void monster. So we're gonna have to see what they pull out for game number 2.
Yeah, we'll have to see what is going to be pulled out for game number 2. We're going to go to a short break, but when we come back, the side of Feed the Dream taking on Collective in game 2 action. We'll see you guys there.
Yeah. Unknown Brain. Marvin Devine. I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators, and I don't know what you say about our private conversations, but it's
feeling so hollow. Don't you know? Don't you know? I'm living in shadow. Don't you know? Don't you know? I fell for fool's gold. I fell for fool's gold. What did I know? What did I know? I fell for fool's gold. I fell for fool's gold. What did I know? What did I know? You were fool's gold. Yes, I did.
Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome back to Game 2 action between Collective Experience and FTD. Darkin Collective staying on the blue side.
It's swapped.
Never mind, it's swapped.
Yeah, production diff. Sorry, my bad. Forgot to do one thing of like the 20
FTD
million.
Darkin, they elect to take the blue side, and Collective going to be on the red side. Bans, I feel like we're probably going to see the Twitch Mundo still banned. I feel like you can't let that through if you're FTD. We'll see what their third ban is going to be. I don't really know if you need to ban the Cho'Gath. I feel like you just need to pick something better into it if you are Raining Wolves. I know Raining Wolves is a great player in the top lane, and I feel like, you know, that first game doesn't really show what he's capable of in the top lane. For the side of Collective, it looked pretty good overall. I think they had a really clean game, pretty solid. Were there some mistakes? Yes, there were some mistakes, but overall, I'd say it was a pretty good game from them. As FTD Darkin now on the clock with their first pick. Zeri's left open. If they want Nautilus, they could. You obviously have the Hecarim that's left open. There's a bunch of picks available for FTD Darkin, so we'll see what they elect to take with their first pick here, as they're just going to be taking the Corki.
Yeah, so I mean, this time I was saying this before. You know, Victor still available, guys. He's a champion in the game that does pretty well into Corki, also skills. But with that. Instead of banning Kindred, they do opt to ban Veigar this time. I mean, Veigar Cage is huge into it, but there are so many other moving pieces for Collective that game. They had the Ashe, they had, you know, obviously Brown Ale on that Cho'Gath. Kai'Sa is going to be the answer for Collective Experience. Obviously here they could pick something, they could pick their mid laner here, they could opt into Nautilus instead, taking it away from Yorichi from last game. I'm curious to see what they want here, because last game they did have that Leona. Yep, they're hovering that Nautilus.
Yep.
Kai'Sa Nautilus is going to be locked in for the side of Collective.
Yeah, and one thing I was going to say is they can obviously flex the Kai'Sa. It could technically go mid. We've seen it, but I feel like Kai'Sa Nautilus is most likely going to be going to the bot lane. It's super strong 2v2 duo. Like, this bot lane is absolutely disgusting. I'm assuming they're going to be going AP Kai'Sa, able to just shoot out that W, the Void Seeker, and just absolutely delete health bars on the side of FTD Darkin. Now, for the side of FTD Darkin, we see the Tom Kench going to be locked in, can go top, can go support. So, do definitely need to keep that in mind. We'll see what their last pick is going to be here. If they're going to be looking for a jungler, potentially, we'll have to see what their pick is. There's still a lot of strong junglers still left available, so could go for that. They could decide, just pick their ADC since they already see the Kai'Sa. So lots of angles this team could go, as they're now going to lock in the Ashe for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of seeing the flipped script this time. Collective opting for Kai'Sa Nautilus, obviously very strong as a duo, but with Kai'Sa's AP build, actually scales relatively well, has some really, really scary poke if she does get ahead, can actually match Corki and get online a lot faster too. I do like that FTD takes that Ashe as a response, because then, we saw Collective last game just having the constant pressure of hawk shots and arrows and all this other stuff. I like the TK pick. Dude, TK is just so broken, man. Like, he's such a bailout champion too, because you press R and then you just instantly save the, teammate, and you get a big fat shield, and dude's like just stat checking left and right, but Collective is going to answer with that Volibear. They had it last game as well. Volibear still technically a flex. Volibear, I mean, we saw them take a lot of dives, take the, that early aggression with it as well. Lacuna, I think, wasn't actually that tanky for a lot of fights, so I'm interested to see if he's able to get this bot lane ahead.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Lacuna is going to be able to potentially get the spot lane ahead on the Volibear. Obviously, that Volibear could potentially still go top, but again, I feel like it's just going to be a jungle pick. As we'll have to see what Collective is going to lock in here. They have Urgot and the Aatrox band, so really targeting these top laners as the Fizz could potentially be an option. We saw Fizz the last time on stream. They decide, no, we're not going to go with that. We're going to be going with the Syndra in the mid lane. Should be able to do fine into Corki early on. Obviously, going to have a lot of lane prio because Syndra able to shove in those waves super fast early on. So we'll see what the Syndra's going to be able to do. Is Raining Wolves with the Mordekaiser. He is known for this pick in the top lane. I feel like it's something that is much more kind of his style. So we'll see if that's going to be the pick for him and if that's going to be the Tom Kench support. And it looks like it is. So Raining Wolves is going to be on the Mordekaiser, much more style. Definitely going to be looking forward to how he does in the top lane in this game.
Yeah, I mean, Mordekaiser, he's able to pull someone out of the fight, right? If there's only one threat, right? Like, obviously Nautilus and Volibear aren't going to be the main damage dealers for that team. So if he's able to pull Kai'Sa or Syndra, then, you know, obviously turns the tides for that kind of scenario. Vi is going to be that last pick for FTD Darkin. Vi, I mean, you know, Nautilus has a point-and-click ult. Vi has a point-and-click ult. But who has Arcane buff clutch? Who is an Arcane and who wasn't?
Vi was in Arcane. Yeah, that's GG. They win. As we see the Yorick being hovered, this would be new if it was locked in. But, okay, I was about to say, like, I don't know. They're going to pick that Ornn. Gonna be locked in for the side of Collective. So Collective going for the team fight. I really like their comp. I think it's pretty simple to run. Obviously you have the Ornn who can just engage and everyone's able to follow up. So I really like what Collective's doing, picking, you know, just hit R and we win. Just pick super easy stuff. And for this side of FTD Darkin, definitely gonna be interesting to see what they're going to do with their team composition. Obviously, Vi able to just hit R and that person's getting targeted no matter what. You can't stop her. Ashe also being able to get picks. So FTD Darkin able to get picks and punish the positioning mistakes from the side of Collective. And Collective mainly just going for the team fight comp. So I think this game is going to be a lot better for the side of FTD Darkin. I feel like, you know, you got Raining Wolves on something that he plays. So I feel like this game is going to be a little bit closer than the last one.
Yeah, FTD Darkin, I mean, they still have that Corki to fall back on in that late game, and then they have a lot more tools now, I think, compared to how they had in that, how many they had in that first game, right? Before, they had a lot of short range, like, J4's got to make a bunch of plays early game, but now they have Vi. Vi's just going to run around, press R, still has a lot of early pressure, you know, if she has Flash, that Q Flash combo can kind of surprise a few people early, so if she can get, I think, a lead and especially that mid lane, right, where Syndra can fall behind and Corki can be accelerated. I think that's something, and even like stopping Kai'Sa and Nautilus from becoming a really strong 2v2 Tyrant, and I think there's a lot of potential, right? Like Kai'Sa's gonna want to ult in, and then I mean there's a lot of tools I think for FTD Dark in this game.
Yeah, definitely gonna be looking forward to it. Xerneum, Drake prediction before we head to a break. The
Surely.
soul, by the way, not the first one.
My bad. Sorry, I gotta flip the page really quickly here. Okay.
Yeah, flip the page for it.
Okay. So, you know, actually, it's something's telling me it's Ocean again, man. I don't know.
Oh no, she flipped the page this time, so she actually got the right one. You know, last time it was just the first dragon. All right, I'm going Infernal. I'm going Infernal because you know what? Why not? Why not go Infernal? All right, well, with that, we're going to head to a short break. When we come back, FTD Darkin taking on Collective Experience in Game 2 action. We'll see you guys then.
And I did it all for love. Yes, I did it all for love. Oh, they say fools believe in it, so I guess I'm one of them. Oh, don't you know? I fell for fools gold. I fell for fools gold. What did I know? What did I know? I fell for fools gold. I fell for
I'm headed to the bottom of the bottle. I've been drowning, I've been floating away. Every other dollar that I got in bed, I'm probably winning it away. I ain't f***ing okay, I ain't liking it, babe. I don't even wanna talk, I'm just smoking my haze. I've been stuck in my ways, I've been stuck in for days. I've been staring at the clock as the radio plays. I'm enslaved. Yeah. Rolling another, I'm stuck in my seat for the whole control of my speech. Yeah, I've been trying to get off this couch for a minute and a whole week. No kidding, I'm skinny, I cannot eat. Got a million cause that depend on me. Yeah, every friend in my family. From a girl, every fan I meet myself. I'm too on till I'm too off. Come down to make new thoughts, like jumping off of that rooftop. Oh my devil, when I do nothing to make moves based on my mood drops. Like who's lost? Like who's lost? It's yo, stop. Steadily killing me, running my brain full of shame. I don't wanna lose it. Full of stage, trying to find my pain. See the sun coming out of that rain. My team really not tame. I'ma never slow down, I'ma never behave. Stuck inside this prison, inside this cage. It's taking over. Yeah, I'm a slave for you. Slave for you. Ripping harder, more less. Never stop, no rest. Till the stress is breath in my chest. Till it's diamonds wrapping my neck. Progress to a god from a god. Mess, hopeless, more tests. More blessed. Dug deep down, trying to find my best. Find a beast, had to kill a conquest. I'm next. I'm too on till I'm too off. Come down, make new thoughts. Like jumping off of that rooftop. Oh my devil, when I do nothing to make moves based on my mood drops. Like who's lost? Like who's lost? It's yo, stop. Steadily killing me, running my brain full of shame. I don't wanna lose it. Full of stage, trying to find my pain. See the sun coming out of that rain. My team really not tame. I'ma never slow down, I'ma never behave. Stuck inside this prison, inside this cage. It's taking over. Yeah, I'm a slave for you. I fell and lost to the war, shot me dead. I was lost and I said to the voices in my head, I gotta get up again. I gotta get up to another day. I'm not giving up again. I gotta get up. I
Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome back to Game 2 action. Week 7, Feed the Dream Darkin taking on the collective experience in this one. I am joined by Exernian as the color caster. So Exernian, it's Cloud Drake. Your prediction's still alive, I believe. I think you went Ocean again. So,
Ocean.
you know, you're still alive in this one. Rune changes. The Nautilus is taking the Glacial this game and not Aftershock. So does have the Glacial. Everything else kind of pretty standard, I'd say, coming through for most of these champions. So definitely going to be looking forward to a game too. I feel like FTD, they're not going to go down without a fight, and I think this is going to be a good game for them. And collective, a 2-0 would be huge for them, especially in the tiebreakers that are inevitably going to happen if they do end up winning this game.
Yeah, I mean, just watching all the other series go on in the league, weren't you saying like, oh my god, there's gonna be like a three-way tie?
There's a high chance for a 3-way tie, yeah.
Oh my god, that's insane. So depending on how this series goes too, I think you said FTD could get knocked out of the winner's bracket.
Yep.
As well. Oh my god, man.
Yeah, FTD, I'm pretty sure if collective 2-0s, if VBU gets 2-0'd, which they're currently down 1-0, and then that would mean that FTD in the tiebreaker, I believe, would get 5th, VBU would get 4th, and collective would get 3rd. FTD would slide out of the winner's bracket. So there's a lot on the line in this game for these teams. You know, obviously last week, a lot of crazy things happened. So definitely do need to keep an eye on the other games. You can't always just worry about your game, but the thing you can control is winning your game, right? You can control getting a win in your game, and you let everything else play out how it does. It looks like Jason KB was potentially looking for a play, maybe into that mid lane, but wasn't able to find anything.
Plays for boats, still got that flash, he's chilling. His pool party Syndra, on vacation at the beach, enjoying his time, man.
Ooh, level 2 does come through. That's the route on to Hello 301, taking a ton of damage. Ignite even comes through. That's the heal being burned. Damage coming back from the Tom Kench, but now Hello 301 taking a bunch of damage and only has one pot to try to heal back up in this lane.
Yeah, Marty's support still has that flash on that Nautilus. Glacial Augment really coming in clutch there. So, I mean, next time Hello 301 even decides to, step up for the wave, flash auto. You got a champion that's actually good, unlike some other champions that I might play. I'm not crying, bro.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Lacuna.
Yeah, Lacuna, the side's all right, guys. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm not going to look for the gank. I'm going to just counter Joe. Says, I'm going to go for the Raptors. They were looking at me funny. Right, so I'm going to take him out. As could potentially look for a gank in the mid lane, but Jason KB is hovering around. We're looking at the bot lane, though. So much damage coming through onto this Tom Kench. Very, very low in the bot lane. And now we look into the mid lane. Lacuna taking some damage. Flash forward from a place where Boat's not able to find the kill on Uncool Squash. So it's a flash for flash traded between the Corki and the Syndra.
I mean, Corki and Syndra both no flash. Little bit more favorable. Jason K-Boy still actually a lot more HP than actually, no, never mind. Lacuna just healed anyways. But, plays for boats, crashing this wave. Gonna go back. And, I feel like there's still so much on the line. All of these fights are so close. No one's actually, there's a bunch of fighting in the bot lane and what we just saw mid lane. Right, we're just kind of waiting for people to die, we saw the flashes burn in the first game, and we're kind of seeing the same thing, right? I think once a team picks up the tempo, especially with the different draft that FTD has chosen for this game, I think they have a really high chance of still being able to snowball and take the lead over collective experience here.
Yeah, and we'll see. I mean, the side of FTD, for sure, I mean, they're down 1-0, right? They got to do something. They got to get something rolling, I feel like, because this team is the proactive team. I feel like FTD is the team that's going to bring it to you. They're going to be looking to make the plays, especially with Jason KB in the jungle. He's this very proactive jungler. He's very aggressive. He likes making plays in lanes, getting his laners ahead. But obviously, if those plays don't work out, he does fall behind. That's just the nature of the play style. He's not this farming jungler that's just going to rotate through his camps. He is going to be proactive. He's going to be looking, making plays, and Lacuna potentially making plays for the bot side, but decides to back off on that one.
Drake is about to spawn here. Ooh, Hook is very close to hitting Hello 301. Not gonna find its mark. I mean, both junglers opting to take that reset. I do like that the Martys are getting a reset first, but the wave isn't in the best spot for you to do that.
Yeah, wait, a little sussy. But you know what? Both teams just say, all right, we're just not gonna go for it.
They'll have that earlier
As-
reset though. Could maybe, you know, take that tempo, go for Drake, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, it looks like the side. It looks like Okuna's just going top side, so
Okay.
I don't think the Drake is going to be taken from the side of
Unlucky.
the collective. You know, we're 5 minutes in. Nothing's really happened. You know, in the last game there was a lot of action, but this game it's a little bit more relaxed, a little bit. You know, they're not really going at it early on. There has been some trading, but no kills have gone over yet. So both these teams deciding to kind of chill out, hang out, and eventually, you know, just look to scale.
Yeah, hanging on the beach with Pool Party Syndra. You know, just got a lot
Yep.
of volleyballs. You know, just have a good time. Pull the beach towel. Oh, that's Guardian.
Guardian, yeah. Long cooldown. That is a very long cooldown. But, you know, when games are, you know, not much is really going on, they're kind of like grasping for straws of what to talk about because, you know, you can only talk about the game so much and then it's like repetitive. As we see Lacuna, now he's looking to make a play on the Jason K. Boy. He's going to be running forward. Will he be able to find the kill is the question. Both junglers going at it. That's a lot of HP for Lacuna. Now Uncool Squash looking to go in. That's the fight jumping forward. Flash is burned. And that'll be it from that one. Raining Wolves going to be walking down. Collective will back off of that one.
I feel like that, you know, he's trying something, didn't get the scuttle either, so it's just like, oh, well, you didn't get your prize, kind of back off. You don't have to chase that far. A place where Bo should be calling that he has very little to no mana, and that Uncool Squash is going to be able to rotate to him first, especially when he's running towards him. So, a little bit too greedy for the side of Collective, but like we said, still, you know, we're still looking at a 0-0 kill game here, 7 minutes in. I mean, Cloud is, you know, Cloud Drake is up right now. Lacuna finally on that bot side. Jason K. Boy down there as well. Does have, you know, not the ultimate just yet. I think Hello 301, once they hit ult 2, they could just really look for a pick with Vi or Ashe ulti.
Yeah. Now, Azarian, are we going to see a kill before 10 minutes?
I would like to hope so. I need some entertainment, man.
Can we fast forward the game a little bit? You know, let's get going because this is super boring.
I'm here for
How
some
much is really
entertainment.
going
The
on?
Elemental Gold League, you know, I signed up for some entertainment, man.
I signed up for LPL, not LCK. I didn't sign up to farm for 80 minutes and hit some minions, all right? I want to see some stuff go down. Let's go. Yeah. So, not much really going on. Oh, here we go. We got some fighting. We're looking into the top side. Orn does have that ultimate. He's going to be using it. Will he be able to knock up Raining Wolves? The answer is yes. Ale, though, taking a bunch of damage. Raining Wolves walking forward, looking for the kill. Brown Ale does have that flash. He looks like he will just walk out of that one. Doesn't go down. No kill still. Lacuna able to pick up the Dragon Ocean Drake on the board. So,
Oh, my bad. There was one more page. Oops. One more page after this one. Sorry, I didn't get... I thought it was the second Drake this time, bro. Like, I flipped one page over, but there was actually, like, a backside to that one.
Of course. You know, excuses, all right? I'm just saying. You know, can't predict. But, yeah, I mean, we're 9 minutes in and nothing's... no kills gone down. There has been objectives going through. We see the Drake going over to the side of Collective. Volibear now going to be trying to take the Rift Herald for Collective. Here we go. Maybe we see a play into the mid lane. Jason K. Boy does have that ultimate. Flash comes through. Plays for boats. Able to walk out of that one. So still no kills going to be going over. However, Lacuna needs to be very careful as that Rift Herald is going to be pretty low. Jason K. Boy showing up. Orn is going to have first rotate. Jason K. Boy needs to be very careful. That's just the ult immediately burned onto the Syndra. Do they have the damage is the question. Now there's going to be a kill going over for sure. Uncool Squash breaks the stalemate at 9:30. It's a 1-for-1. Now Raining Wolves is here. Rift Herald going to reset. They're looking to go on to Raining Wolves. Arrow's coming in and it is going to miss. That was a fast arrow. They're now looking on to Raining Wolves. Jason K. Boy going to be going in. That's the smackdown from the Volibear. Flash forward from Jason K. Boy able to pick up one. Now both junglers going to be going at it. No flash for this Vi. Lacuna will be able to pick up the double kill. And he's got all the kills for his team. 3-0-0 on the Volibear. This bear is unleashed.
Oh my god, something finally happened at 9:30. Clutch. Oh, there's more.
Look into that bot side. That's the ult coming down onto the Ashe. Good eat coming through from Tom Kench, but that's the hook. Spit right back out into the hook. Now, Marty, I'm scared on the Kai'Sa, not able to do anything. Just the Guardian, too much HP. Flashing away, flash forward for Feed the Dreams bot lane. Able to find the kill. Hello 301 picks that one up. Lacuna able to get the Rift. Herald gets out of that one. 2v2 coming through for the side of Feed the Dreams bot lane.
Man, Tom Kench is so balanced. I love that he could just, eat Ashe. Spit her back out with like a fat shield. Gets hooked. Okay. Plays for boats.
Oh no, Syndra taking damage, stuck between the Vi and the Corki. Does go down on Cool Squash, picking up the kill. 0-0 for the Syndra. Feed the Dream. Starting to take control of this game.
Yeah, I mean, like we were talking about in draft, Corki getting online this early, 2-1 already, having that CS lead over a place for boats as well. I mean, we saw how much damage dude was doing with package last game. Now imagine, he's got that lead early kill, like all these early kills and that lead. Now we're looking in 2 minutes, right? What happens when this Corki is just even stronger? Okay, Brown Ale. We didn't see that, bro. It's okay. Yeah, and you're seeing this Kai'Sa Nautilus having the strong 2v2, but actually losing out. I think Ashe really a good pick here for FTD. I mean, like, Kai'Sa can't really run away with the slows, and they don't have enough damage to actually kill her early with Tom Kench and Guardian existing, so just a little bit of a smackdown in the top lane. But yeah, I mean, this game looking really, really favorable for FTD compared to game number 1.
Yeah, and FTD for sure having a better showing in this game. We'll have to see what Lacuna can do on the Volibear. He does have all those kills, so it's going to be on him to potentially get stuff done on the map. Raining Wolves doing a little bit better in the top lane. Brown Ale, almost said Ale. Brown Ale in the top lane. Not having, the carry performance like last game, but I mean, again, that's not really what he's there for. He's picking the tank. He's doing his job, so you can't really expect your top laner who's on the tank to just 1v9 every single game. It's a little bit difficult to do. FTD with that 2k lead. Dragon to be spawning. Lacuna, though, is here on the bottom side of the map. We'll see if he's going to be looking to kill this Tom Kench. That's going to be a bunch of CC coming through. Ultimate will land onto that Ashe. Stopwatch is going to be used, but I feel like he will be going down regardless. Lacuna on a rampage, 4-0-0 on the Volibear. Now we look into the mid lane. Oak going to be coming through. No escape for this Syndra, as Syndra will fall from the rocket from Uncool Squash. Able to pick that one up. Trading on the sides of the map. Lacuna, though, he does have the Rift Herald, so that's going to be a lot of gold going to the side of Collective.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you want for your bot lane. Plays for Boat's really, really struggling, I think, in this lane now after Vi just repeat ganking her over and over again. So I think you really just got to play for those stuns, play to just use your stun in those fights. But I don't know, Syndra isn't going to have enough damage to burst anyone until, quite later. I think she's going to need at least like 2 or 3 items to start coming online.
Yeah, Syndra is going to need a while to scale, I feel like, as now, here we go. They're trying to take down the Rift before it charges. They are able to get that. You need to be very careful here, Nautilus. As Nautilus is just going to be going down. Goes a little bit too far forward. Ashe able to pick up a kill in that one. Dragon will go over. It's the mountain. Why did I just not pick the same one?
Yeah.
Now you win. Now you win, of course. I have like a 1 out of 5 chance of winning. I have a 1 out of 5 chance of winning. You have a 5 out of 5. You win no matter what. It's rigged. I'm done.
It's not rigged, bro. It's just how it is. Place
doomed.
for Boats, man. Where have we seen this before?
Oh no, place for Boats taking damage, doesn't have the flash, goes down. 4th death for the Syndra. This Corki is getting so fed. Uncool Squash. Even in game 1 he was very strong, but in this game he's going to be just as strong, if not stronger, when we get to those fights. So FTD looking like they are in a very good spot.
Yeah, and we talked about this a little bit before, and the fact that Brown Ale, you're playing that Ornn, and Mordekaiser, he, like, Radiant Wolves can really just opt to ult him every fight so that he can't get off that Ornn Horn. And, I mean, when, Brown Ale obviously being, like, a tank, you're playing Ornn, though, like we said, there's only so much you can do. You're not going to be, as scary as the Cho'Gath like he was in that first game, but I think our eyes are really on Uncool Squash on this Corki. Accelerated to 4-1 now. 15 minutes in, so dude's a little scary, I would say.
The Corki very, very strong in this game. 4-1-1. Obviously, the Vi with the point and click CC has that ultimate, can just show up into the mid lane and able to click someone down. And here we go. Now going to be going again for this Syndra, looking to target her down. But Jason Gay Boy, maybe you went a little bit too far forward. It's a 1-for-1, but Syndra able to trade back some kills. Mordekaiser using that Death Realm, looking for Lacuna. Lacuna just sidestepping every single ability from Raining Wolves. Can't sidestep that one, though. The slam down comes through. Lacuna 5-0-1, or 5-0-0. On this Volibear, able to sidestep the abilities, and if any of those landed, to be honest, I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Yeah, I mean, he's opting to go for that Sunder instead of like a chem tank build, but he's kind of placed to run at people. So, I mean, I wouldn't say that Volibear is really your desired champion to have all of the gold on at the moment. Like, I think looking at this comp, he really wanted it to be on Syndra or Kai'Sa at this point, but, just how things have turned out. Lacuna really has to try and show up for all of these team fights. He was very squishy in the last game too, so I'd like to see, how he can play around, having 5 out of the 6 kills for Collective right now.
Yeah, for the side of Collective, I mean, basically all the kills are on this Volibear, and you need the Volibear to be able to carry this game. This Kai'Sa is also going AD. This is not the AP Kai'Sa. So, different style for the Kai'Sa. And this one is Lacuna possibly looking for a play. Won't be able to find anything in this one. Game is definitely FTD favored. Obviously, once Ornn starts getting levels, starts getting those Ornn item upgrades, that gold lead going to mean less and less. And it'll just come down to team fighting. How that works is the arrow is gonna miss. Sidestep.
Yo, Doc, bro.
Went through my window again. I'm telling you, it's only me. It only aims for me. It's not very fair. And obviously the Ashel was buffed. The speed is now faster. So, that thing, it starts flying at like Mach 10 and you're like, what the? So really good sidestep coming through from this Kai'Sa. And now FTD up 1k. Dragon going to be spawning in a minute 10. So going to be looking to see what's going to be going down. How is FTD going to be setting up for this Dragon? Because Collective, they are one Drake away from Soul Paul.
Yeah, I mean, Collective, a lot of their bot lane vision is still sitting in that river there. Haven't really moved any of it if they are looking for this Rift Herald. But at the same time, you gotta kind of just pick what you want to play. You've got 2 Drakes right now. You would be on Soul Point if you take this one, right? Threaten that 4th one. But at the same time, maybe you want to bide your time. Wait for Ornn items to really start coming in. Wait for a place for boats. Finish that Mythic. It really starts to come online. I think you really want to play that Nautilus ulti. Finish that Corki. Take that 400 gold shutdown. Or you can start just with the Ashe 200 gold shutdown. But, a little bit of fighting in the top lane. They're just two tanky boys going at it.
Yeah,
that's
just
a TP.
Going at it. TP gonna be coming through. 20 seconds until this Dragon spawns, so there's gonna be a team fight for this. I think everyone's showing up at this, so setup is going to be absolutely crucial for these teams. Definitely gonna be looking forward to see what potentially happens. Is Ornn a little bit too far forward? The Nautilus actually might just be dead. Okay, wow, he really is gonna be able to walk. Okay, looks like the Syndra already is going to be going down. That's going to be the Ornn Horn being used, but it's going to be a 4v5. Huge knockup coming through. That's going to be the Corki package being used. Corki going to be going onto the back line. That's going to be staying alive, going to be using the ultimate. Need to pay attention, and as the Tom Kench will be able to eat the Corki and stay alive. The health bars are just getting deleted from the side of Collective. It's a feed the dream one fight. Nautilus getting away from that one by running forward. All is now used. It's an ace. Feed the dream picks up a 5-4-0.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say anymore, Clutch. Like, it's just so hard for Collective to really play these fights. Like, we didn't even see it. Syndra actually does get picked off on that side right there, dead before this fight even happens. And Brown Ale and Marty, I'm scared of the support. We're already, a little too far forward. Brown Ale actually opposite TP, but no one's actually in position to really make that useful. So Raining Wolves, he saves his TP, he walks down, and as we can see, like, Uncool Squash lives this entire fight. Marty, I'm scared, ADC doesn't have enough damage to actually take him down. So I just think that Collective is way too far behind to really, like, they can't even kill one person, right, on that team. So you really got to focus. I think they're just really spread out too far apart, and they just didn't have focus on that entire fight. So obviously really well played from the side of FTD. And now they were down maybe like 1K or something before this fight, but now they're down 4K clutch. It's looking a little difficult.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit difficult for the side of Collective. Is there still ways to come back in this game? Of course, they can still come back, but with all your kills on this volley, you don't have kills on your carries. You have one on Syndra. You don't have any on Kai'Sa. I feel like this is one that is kind of done and dusted. I feel like Feed the Dream should be able to close this one out and force a game 3, but we've seen crazier things happen. I mean, we saw EDL Season 1. We're throwing it back. BNJ on the Ezreal. They were down like 10K, and they came back and won. So, like, anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on FTD. They take this lead in that tempo, and they really have to start pushing for more objectives, right? Because eventually, Vi will just have to... Well, she went Stridebreaker, right? She didn't go for, like, a clip. She didn't go for a full tank, right? So she's going that, like, kind of bruiser build. But at the same time, you know, Place for Boats will eventually come back online once he, you know, finishes his other items aside from Ludens and Boots and a Ampto. But eventually, he'll come back. They'll have the Ornn items, right? Ornn level 13 now soon is going to be giving those out. You know, Merry Christmas. So, I really want to see... Okay.
Oh boy, here we go. Maybe a fight beginning. They're looking onto the Ashe. Ashe is very far forward. Eaten by Tahm Kench, though, will stay alive. TP's going to be coming through. That's going to be the Ornn onto that Ashe. TP coming through from the Mordekaiser. Syndra, no TP. That's going to be the ult onto the Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa can't get out of this one, as that's just going to be Marty. I'm scared on the Kai'Sa, bursted down. Volibear has to ult in, and Lacuna should just be falling. He's in the death realm. He will go down. Raining Wolves picking up the kill, and with Baron right there, Baron should be on the menu for the side of Feed the Dream.
Yeah, I mean, Placer Boats didn't have that TP. Raining Wolves matching her, right? And, you know, having that TP, just like, okay, bye. I don't need a 1v1 you. Right? And they almost had that pick, right? I think Tahm Kench here really coming in clutch. You know, devouring Ashe, dropping the Nautilus ult aggro from her as well. So, I mean, really well played from the side of FTD. It's really difficult, I think, from the side of Collective. I think if they weren't so far behind that their comp actually does win out in teamfights when they all can press R. Obviously, a lot easier to execute. But, I mean, props to FTD playing that early game a lot better than they did game number 1. And I think this is what, you know, game number 1 would have looked like if, you know, they were able to capitalize on those same plays that they did in this game.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, maybe blue side's just the magic side. Maybe everyone just wins on blue side. Because it's looking like Feed the Dream's going to take this one. And, you know, blue side's going to be 2-0. And Collective is going to have side selection in game 3. So I'm just saying they might just take blue side. And blue side might go 3-0. But obviously for FTD, I have a huge lead. And for the side of Collective, I feel like, you know, everything kind of fell apart through the mid lane. I feel like Jason K-Boy and Uncool Squash were basically just able to target down a Place for Boats and just kill them over and over again, in the fact that, you know, obviously this Corki just got super massive, and now Syndra is basically useless, right? So very hard to play for the side of Collective. They're effectively playing like 4v5 right now until that Syndra gets items, but with the way this game's going, I don't think Syndra is ever going to come online. You would have to wait, you know, at least till Syndra had like 3 items to be able to, you know, really impact these team fights. But by the time she's 3 items, everyone will probably be 4. So she's still going to be behind. Most likely not going to be, you know, a huge threat. Won't be able to one-shot any of the carries because you still have the Tahm Kench. So it's going to be very hard for Collective to come back into this game. 40 seconds until the Dragon spawn. I'm pretty sure that's going to be going over to FTD also. We'll see what FTD can get with this Baron power play, though.
Yeah, and the thing is for me is that they blind Kai'Sa Nautilus, whereas the first game they were playing a lot more utility with the Ashe. I think maybe this time just take the Ashe. Don't opt for Kai'Sa when you know that, you know, Ashe is in the game. Her champion is kind of strong, you know, pretty easy to be useful, even if you're behind. So, okay.
Oh, maybe, look, no. They're not able to find the pick. 5 seconds until this dragon does spawn. Now, if Collective can win this team fight, yes, the gold is going to be flipped on its head. Here we go. Corki going to be going in. The fight's going to begin. If they can burst down Uncle Squash, they might have a chance. Nice Tahm Kench coming through. Now the Kai'Sa going to be flashed away, trying to stay alive. That's the Vi ult going to be used. Brown Ale flashes forward, takes down the Corki. Absolutely massive arrow does come through onto Lacuna, going to get knocked up. The Tahm Kench able to get the kill. It's a 2-for-1 for the side of Feed the Dream. And again, another one fight for the side of FTD. And I feel like that wasn't even a terrible fight for Collective, but they're just so far behind that kind of Feed the Dream is just smacking them with their wallets at this point.
Yeah, and that shutdown went down to Brown Ale, actually, so, you know, on that Ornn there. Okay.
Well, they're gonna keep going. They're looking for the Nautilus. They will be able to find it. It's a double kill going over. Tom Kench even staying alive, not able to fall in that one. That's gonna be the Mordekaiser flashing forward, looking for the Syndra. Will he be able to get the kill? Nice get of the week coming through. That's gonna be the ult coming through. Raining Wolves, nice stopwatch solo kill onto the Syndra. And I said, you give Raining Wolves something he's more comfortable on, he's definitely gonna be having a better game, and he's showing it in game number 2.
Yeah, I think it just really fell apart for the side of Collective. I think what I said at the end of game number 1 is just like, yo, just pick the same stuff that you picked in game number 1 and then see what FTD picks to answer, right? I feel like Collective really picked that strong bot lane with the Kais and Nautilus, where it really was just like, well, look at this, we're just going to pick Ashe TK, whoa, like our champions, they're just better on paper and just more useful overall, even if we're behind, right? I think that Collective got a little bit greedy in what they decided to pick here. So, obviously, Veigar being banned away from a place for boats, but I think it just relied on so much more than just the Veigar pick in game number 1. I think overall there was a lot of other things, like Brown Ale, he doesn't have that strong Cho'Gath like he did in game number 1, isn't able to solo kill Raining Wolves like he did in the first game, you know, and become that menace in the side lane, where they're really just trying to get bailed out by literally anything now at this point, where, okay, Uncool Squash does have the flash.
Okay, they're going to be looking for Uncool Squash. Will they be able to him up? I'm pretty sure the Volibear just chomps him down. That's one pick to the side of Collective, but they're going to need a lot more of those if they want to come back into this game.
I mean, Corki was 4-1, I think, like 15 minutes in. Now he's 4-3-6, but everyone else on the side of FTD is really strong. Obviously, Hello 301, 8-0-6 right now on this Ashe with that Kraken Slayer, Wits End, and Runads. Oh, Marty.
They're going to be looking on to Marty. Will they be able to kill him? The answer is yes. Kaisa does go down. Now they're going to be looking on to this Nautilus. One goes down. Marty squared will die, and that's a double kill to Hello 301. 10-0-6 on this Ashe, making the Ashe look like a hyper carry, playing super well on this utility pick. Now, the side of Collective, they strike back. They're looking for Raining Wolves. That's going to be the ultimate coming down, trying to take down Brown Ale, but he's so tanky. We'll see if he's going to be able to kill him. Raining Wolves going to be popping that stopwatch. Reinforcements are on the way. He doesn't have that flash. Going to be taking some damage. Will he go down is the question. I'm lagging, you know, pretty cool. As Ornn will go down. Jason K. Boy able to pick up the kill. They're looking for this Volibear. That's the ult going to be burned. Now Syndra TP's in, but Syndra does not want to be there, as Syndra will fall place for boats going to get killed. Jason K. Boy picks up another one. The kills are 26-9. It's 3 kills over to the side of Feed the Dream.
It was looking really good with that pick onto Uncool Squash. I mean, Stopwatch is so balanced, man, buying so much time for his team to come down, to Raining Wolves being able to, like, you know, really trade his life for a lot more value here, as FTD's just going to march into the base, and I think the game is basically over here, Clutch.
Yeah, Feed the Dream marching into the base, looking to potentially on this one. There's 10 seconds left on dot timers for a Collective. Feed the Dream decide to back off. They don't want to take the risk. Did take that bot inhibitor, so probably going to back reset, spend their gold, and then look to close this one out.
Yeah, 26-9. They're up 10k, almost 11k at this point. I don't know how you come back from this, Clutch. Honestly, if you're Collective, you got almost, like, I don't know what their win condition is, right? Kaisa needs to get ahead to really be effective. Sure, she has an Ord item now, same with Syndra, and basically everyone else except Nautilus. But at that point, it's a little too late for these items, because despite the value that they give you, it's not going to be enough when you're down this much gold.
Yeah, I feel like when you're down this much, it's kind of like I mean, obviously they don't see the gold, right? They don't know what the gold lead is. But when you're down 26-9, you can assume that, hey, this game is probably over. Like, the chances of us winning this one are very, it's most likely not going to happen. So I feel like if you are Collective, you're just kind of focusing on next game.
Brown Ale, maybe he can, like, he's got like 3 people on him. Maybe his team can take that trade and go for Baron. Oh, run away, Brown Ale. I'm not sure what Collective is doing here. Kind of floating around this Baron here while, you know, FTD just running around looking for people to kill at this point.
Yeah, FTD, they're kind of, they've got the squad and they're like, all right, we're just going to hunt you down as not able to find any kills. Maybe, all right, Raining Wolves. Maybe this is going to be a fight. Uncool Squash has the package. He's going to use it. That's going to be the Ornhorn coming through. Arrow going to land. Ornhorn will now be used. One down. Uncool Squash able to pick up one by running forward. That's a double kill going to be going over to the Corki. Raining Wolves will pick up one. Lacuna's already out of there. Brown Ale trying to run away, but I don't think he's going to get out of this one. He will fall. Jason K. Boy able to pick up a kill. 30-9 the kills. Now I just feel like you kind of rush in that bot wave and you probably end the game.
Yeah, you don't need Baron, you don't need this Drake, it doesn't really matter, everyone is dead. Death is the best CC, you know, they can't do anything when they're dead. So, just walk into that base, end the game. I really think that Collective has to just try and go back to what they did game number 1. I just don't understand why they changed their strategy. And, yeah, I mean, props to FTD, like we said, went back to the drawing board, said, okay, we're not going to play this, like, hyper-aggressive early game comp. And, you know, they played to their win conditions, and, okay, a little bit of slaughter at the Nexus.
Right. You know, you gotta kill them at the Nexus, you gotta get some damage, you know. But FTD at the end of the day are going to take this game and force a very important game number 3. Could be potentially, you know, screw up some tiebreakers. I haven't done the math if Collective 2-0 or 2-1 what that does, but we'll see. Maybe, you know, at the end of the day, you know, Collective wins, but Feed the Dream only dropping 1, maybe some weird things happen with VBU, so we'll have to see. But Collective unfortunately falling in this one, and I feel like you go with what you had in game number 1. They're now going to have side selection. I would assume they're going to take blue side and try to run back kind of that strategy that they had in game 1. But FTD, you know, they strike back. They look good in game 2, and we've got a series on our hands, exactly.
Game number 3 clutch, here we go. I mean, like I said, we keep saying this again. I mean, like, don't fix what ain't broke, man. Go back to game number 1. Give Brown Ale his strong split pushing stuff, and I think it'll look a lot better going into game number 3.
All right, we're going to go to a short break, but when we come back, game 3 action between Feed the Dream Darkin and Collective Experience. We'll see you guys there.
Look into my eyes. My heart beats like a drum. You listen to my lies. Love is far to come. Your love is far. Running at the speed of light, kissing under city lights. Calls me in this morning time, but it just goes on. Running at the speed of light, kissing under city lights. Calls me in this morning time, but it just goes on. Gotta get up again. I gotta get up to another day. I'm not giving up again. I gotta get up. I gotta get up. I gotta get up.
silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been on.
Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome back to Game 3 action between Collective Experience and FTD Darkin. Collective Experience on the blue side, FTD Darkin on the red side. Quick thing to note, blue side is 2-0 for in this series. So definitely do need to keep that in the back of your head, because FTD Darkin, they've got to find a way to win on red side. Otherwise, Collective Experience will take this series. So exerting. If you're FTD Darkin, you're on the red side, what do you need to change from the first game? Because that's when Collective had side selection and they picked blue side.
So in that first game, they banned Twitch, Mundo, and Kindred. So this time, I'm expecting them to keep those same bans from last game instead, where they did Twitch, Mundo, and Vagar, dropping that Kindred ban. Also, you know who has a 0% win rate on red right now and in general? Nautilus. So maybe just don't pick the Nautilus, maybe he's a good champion on paper and you see him a lot in pro play and you see Tyler 1 playing him all the time. But sometimes just pick something like Tom Kench. You can't miss his ult. It's point and click. I just think from game number 1, obviously FTD picking something I would just say was really greedy, right? R5ing that Renekton, taking the J4 Tristana and Nautilus, just not having enough damage to break down Brown Ale when he was on that Cho'Gath. So going into game number 3, being on that red side again, I think you just need to be wary of this Ashe pick as well. Ashe right now has a 100% win rate, also on blue. So that's what I would like to see. I think Ashe should have a higher priority between these two teams, and I think overall just would like to see, especially Jason K. Boy on that Ashe last game. Not Ashe, sorry, Vi. Just ganking over and over again. Plays for both, just did not get to play the game. So I think FTD will try to opt for something like game number 2, where Jason K-Boy was able to just focus down one lane instead of just kind of running around and trying to gank like 3 lanes at once on J4 in the first game. So, Collective opting to ban Caitlyn this time from Hello 301, I believe.
Yeah, Caitlyn going to be banned. Collective, they're just going to first pick the Jinx. FTD Darkin say, all right, we'll take the Ashe. We'll see what they're going to pair with this Ashe for them. Are they going to go something like the Nautilus? Are they going to go Leona? Maybe they go Tahm Kench again. Like, a lot of options for the side of FTD Darkin in their second pick here. Or maybe they just don't even pick support and they just end up picking a prio pick. But we see the Tahm Kench going to be picked up for FTD Darkin. So Ashe TK coming through for the side of FTD. It worked last game. They're just going to run it back for this game. And now Collective, they have to have an answer to this bot lane because it didn't go so well for them last game as we see the Jinx. Now the Braum being hovered. We'll see if that's going to be the selection for the side of Collective Experience. It'll be an interesting bot lane to see, Ashe Tahm Kench against that Jinx Braum, as it's going to instead be the Janna locked in for the side of Collective.
Janna, I think, is an interesting pick here because when you're playing Janna, right, you are a bit more well-versed in the Janna realm than I am, but I know that obviously Janna would do a lot better against that Nautilus instead of Tahm Kench, right? Nautilus obviously wants to go in. Like, same thing with Tahm Kench, though, but he only really has his W, and Jinx can easily stop that with traps. So, Collective is going to lock in that Nocturne. Technically a flex, could go mid, could be in that jungle, as FTD is just going to pick that Corki again. Poor Uncool Squash, dude, is just Corki duty every single game. I would like to see, I think FTD saving that jungle pick for Jason K-Boy, really, really like that Vi. So I think Collective might have to just ban it at this point because, I mean, last game, obviously he wasn't as strong in the late game, but being the 4-1 monster he was by like 15 minutes, he was really, really hard to deal with. A place for boats just did not get to play the game. Oh my god, they listened to me, Clutch. They banned Victor.
There you go. Victor's banned away. GG or what? Did they win now?
Well, we'll have to see. I really, really want to see what they pick for Brown Ale here, right? Their top lane pool is being pinched a little bit. No Mordekaiser, Aatrox, Malphite, and Mundo. So, could opt for that Cho'Gath like he did in the other game, but we'll have to see what Brown Ale chooses for this game. There we go. We see the Vi again.
Yeah, we're going to have to see what, as we see the Vi. Yeah, they're just running back to the same comp. They're just picking the same thing. It's literally the exact same thing. Now, they want to have Mordekaiser, so they're going to have a different comp, but it's going to be the same comp for the side of Free the Dream Darkin minus their top laner. We'll see what Collective is going to pick. Urgot is going to be hovered. We'll see if Brown Ale going to be locking that one in on the top side. I think we've seen him play Urgot like once or something. I don't remember, but it has been picked for him in the top lane. So Urgot going to be that top laner for the side of Collective Experience. Brown Ale going to be playing that one. And now we'll see what they're going to round out their team with. They're going to be picking their mid laner. It's going to be the Vex, potentially locked in with that Nocturne. So lots of dive potential going to be coming through from that Nocturne, from that Vex for the side of Collective Experience. Should they end up locking in this Vex with 5 seconds left, it looks like they're probably going to pick this one up. Oh, no, never mind. They change it at the last second and they go with the Lux.
See, I really like Vex Nocturne because you have two champions that basically want to do the same thing. Nocturne turns off the lights. No one can even see Vex coming from like 3 screens away already. So I think it's a really strong combo. So I think it's a little bit of a mismatch identity here, locking in that Lux instead of the Ashe, because Nocturne being the champion that wants to go in, Lux wanting to stay back through all her spells, right? And the thing is with Jinx and Janna wants champions to go into her. So I feel like there's a little bit of a mismatch here, so excuse me, and FTD going to lock in the Cho'Gath as R5 here against the Urgot.
Yeah, Cho'Gath going to be locked in for FTD Darkin. So, Raiding Wolf says, oh, that was a good pick in game number 1. Mind if I just take it from you?
I'm just going to borrow that, actually.
Yeah, well, let me just borrow that. So, Cho'Gath going to be picked up for the side of FTD Darkin. We got a banger game 3 with these drafts. Definitely going to be some skirmishing with these two team compositions. Definitely going to be seeing what can this Nocturne do for the side of Collective, because if this Nocturne does get fed, it can be very scary. Now, something I'm worried about with this Nocturne is he's going to be diving in, right? He doesn't really have any follow-up, and if you look at FTD Darkin's comp, whoever he most likely ults is going to get eaten by Tahm Kench. And I feel like Nocturne is just going to be kind of going in and dying, like, at that point. So we'll have to see what can Nocturne do in this game? If he just gets super fed, maybe he could just ult in one shot like a tank or something. Maybe he just gets that fed. So definitely going to have to pay attention to that. FTD Darkin, though, they're just running back with what they had game 2. They say, hey, it ended up working for us. We're just going to swap out the Mordekaiser with the Cho'Gath, and we're going to end up running that one. So definitely excited for this game. Xernean Drake predictions before we head to break.
Okay, I'll let you go first this time, man. I gotta go first the first 2 games. I think it's your turn.
All right. I'm gonna go with. Let me close my eyes. Let me read the magic ball. Okay. Check the magic ball right now. Okay. It says Cloud, so I'm voting Cloud.
I think my gut is telling me Hextech.
Oh boy, you're going Hextech. All right. Well, we'll see if it's gonna be either of those. Again, I have a 1 out of 5 chance winning, and Xernean has 5 out of 5. So no matter what she picks, she wins. So very fun, very cool. But with that, we are going to head to a short break. When we come back, Collective Experience going to be taking on FTD Darkin in very important game number 3 with playoff implications. Make sure you guys don't go anywhere.
The glow, trying to protect your soul.
To the B-side. Get down to the B-side.
Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome back to Game 3 action now. The collective experience taking on FTD Darkin. Big playoff implications for both of these teams. Obviously, a collective with a win here, I believe, would end up making it into the winner's bracket and knocking FTD down to 5th through tiebreakers. Again, I would have to recheck that, but I'm pretty sure that's what would happen. And FTD with a win here would slide into 3rd place, I believe. So, big playoff implications for this single game alone. Both these teams are clinched into the playoffs regardless, though. So it's not like they're going to be eliminated if either of these teams lose. But, obviously upper bracket, extra life, lower bracket, only 1 life. So, it's a huge difference between 4th and 5th, especially for the playoffs.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at these comps, there's a lot more damage for the side of Collective. They dropped the Volley Bear pick, they dropped the Ornn, and a few other things, so a lot more, I feel like, burst. I was really liking the Nocturne and Vex combo. They were hovering, because Nocturne Vex, like I said a little bit in draft, Vex is going to throw ulti when Nocturne presses R, and then there's just so much ways for them to really take out targets, especially that Ashe on for Hello 301 and Uncool Squash. Dude can't poke you when he just gets run down by two things from 3 screens away. So it's obviously a little bit different for them now having that Lux, who's going to try and stay out of range of Corki and poke and take that burst from a longer distance. So interested to see how that goes. Brown Ale obviously on that Urgot, a lot more split pushing compared to Ornn in that first game. Won't even be as tanky as that Cho'Gath in game number 1 for him, but this time Raining Wolves opted to take the Cho'Gath instead.
Yeah, Raining Wolves going to be playing the Cho'Gath in the top lane. We'll see how Brown Ale does with the Urgot. I'm in this game. It's a little bit more of this, kind of this bruiser carry pick, and I feel like we're gonna have to see how he does on this in the top lane. And I'm looking forward to this game. I mean, this game, obviously has very, very big implications on it. I'll keep saying it, but this is probably the most important game of the season for both these teams, because this could make or break your season depending on the seeding. Now, obviously, Aftermath clinched 1st place. Literal Monkeys are now clinched 2nd, I believe, no matter what. So we've already got top 2, but 3 through 5 is all still up for grabs, including 6th is up for grabs. So, seeding definitely important in the playoffs, and we'll have to see what's going to happen here as Ace and KB maybe looking for a play onto this Urgot. Raining Wolves is walking forward. Brown Ale does have that flash, and here we go. Damage going to come down, but I feel like, Urgot just walks that one off, not having to burn the flash. So we'll be able to get out of that one. Nocturne continuing to clear his jungle. Once we hit level 6, we'll have to see what Nocturne's able to do with his Paranoia, because it's super crucial to be able to find a kill with that Paranoia and to start snowballing on this Nocturne pick.
Yeah, with the Nocturne, you want to snowball, get Jinx that resets. Also, Jinx, Marty ADC really not opting to take that cleanse, especially against the Ashe. So we really want to see how this plays out. Lacuna, obviously, on this Nocturne pick, really looking to play aggressively once he hits level 6. Obviously, they just need to be a little cognizant that Vaya doesn't really need her ult as much as Nocturne needs his, as fighting in the mid lane.
Yeah, fighting in the mid lane, gonna be going down. Jason KB has to flash away, and that is going to be all for that one. So, some fighting going down, but nobody ends up falling in that one.
Yeah, a little bit more favorable for the side of Collective taking Jason K. Boy's flash. Now he needs a little bit more of emphasis on level 6 here. Can't really Q, flash, finish the Q. Lacuna is really just running in here.
Oh no, Jason KB, no flash, is getting attacked on by Lacuna. First blood going over to the Nocturne Collective, able to find themselves a kill early on.
Yeah, really, really good look for Lacuna there. I mean, Uncle Squash, even if he walks it, he's like, you're a level 4 Corki, not sure what he's really gonna do. Gatling gun, he's like, pew, 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 pew. Yay, tickle damage, right? So, I mean, really good look for Lacuna. Taking that first blood, gonna execute that into level 6 very soon. And, I mean, we just take that tempo, escalate that into first Drake, and really want to see how they play around it as well, especially if Lacuna is ahead.
Yeah, and, obviously with Lacuna being ahead now, once he hits that level 6, it's going to be even more scarier, because once that paranoia does come down, he's going to have items, and he will be able to do a ton of damage. Here we go. We're looking back into that mid lane, though. It's been the target for the side of Feed the Dream. They've really been targeting this mid laner on a place for boats, trying to get Uncool Squash ahead. And with that flash down, I'm pretty sure we're going to see a regank soon.
Yeah, I think for a place where Boats really, I think, opted for that Lux pick this time. Really wants to play more, so like I want to play something safer that can hit the waves from farther away. Marty, I'm scared support. Okay.
Ooh, that's gonna be some damage, some trading going down into the bot lane. Jinx hitting those rockets onto that Ashe, getting a lot of damage down. Meanwhile, Jason K. Boy is taking the Hex Attack Dragon.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
Read the first one again.
You win regardless. You win regardless, so who cares? You have the script. You just win because you're the producer. Okay, well, I lose, so you win. Doesn't even matter. Okay, let's open. I want to go, guys.
Can we just open, man? Open mid or something? Like, I'm kind of done with this one. FF15.
Yeah, you know what? Just, guys, I gotta go. Let me just get up and leave. But yeah, Collective with that early lead and getting that kill. We're gonna have to see what Lacuna can do. Lacuna probably very, very close to level 6. It's gonna have that paranoia, and like 1 or 2 cams should be able to pick that one up. So once he has that, we'll have to see which lane he is going to target. Is he going to be looking in that top lane towards Raining Wolves? Now he just hit level 6, has paranoia, so we'll see. I mean, I already see a ping on the top lane, and I'm assuming they're already just going to target down. Now, Cho'Gath does have the flash, so can look the flash away. Here we go. Fight is going to begin. That's already the flash. Burn Urgot ult is going to miss, but Brown Ale flashing forward, able to get the knockup. That's a guaranteed kill. Urgot picks that one up, and paranoia, 1 for 1.
Yep, and that's what we like to see from Lacuna on this kind of pick. Again, I really wish Plays for Boats picked the Vex. I think that snowballs really, really hard and becomes a menace, because then Corki and Ashe have a really hard time playing the game, like we were talking about before. But this is looking a lot better for the side of Collective. I think blue is just cracked, man. I don't know. Blue side is just OP, I guess. But, I also miss the days when you were solo casting, when you're saying, like, you're going to get up and leave. I remember that. Yeah. I think we still have that clip of Matt Pizza missing his own ulti. And then you literally just put your headphones down and left. Oh, okay.
Oh, Uncle Squash. Yeah, I literally did this.
Yeah, he just left. He's like, I'm done. He was like, Matt Pizza in the orange. And then he just put his headphones down and left.
Yeah, I got up. I still remember. I got up. I actually walked over to my mini fridge, because I had a mini fridge in my dorm. I got up. I don't remember what soda it was, but I got a soda out, opened it and drank it, put it down, and then came back. Because I was like, I wasn't 21 yet, but if I was 21, you know it was not soda coming out of that fridge.
Hey, come to Canada, man. Legal drinking age is not that. Okay,
Oh no, we're looking for a place for Boats as Lux takes a bunch of damage, does stay alive though. Super huge, great barrier coming through from a place for Boats. And will be able to stay alive in that mid lane. And FTD, you know, if they're just not able to kill this mid laner, hold on, no, we're looking in the bot lane on to Jinx. Now, level 6 is available for this Ashe. It looks like the ult was used. Wasn't able to find anything. So the side of Collective's bot lane does stay alive. Paranoia is going to be up very, very soon. Now, Nocturne spotted out on a ward now, and, you know, Vi is now also spotted out on a ward. Jinx, no flash, though. Double knockup coming through. That's the slows. No ult for the Janna. Ashe picking up the first kill and a potential dive come through.
Oh, Marty ADC does not have that flash. I mean, see, the thing is with Janna pick here is that her tornado was too slow to actually cancel Tom Kench's, what's it called? Like, is it called like Abyssal Voyager, whatever that ability is called, Matt? But regardless, wasn't able to stop him. 1v1 in the top lane. Brown, this is the Brown Ale that we know.
Woo! Oh my god, Brown Ale, he says, get in here as he uses the ultimate, able to find the solo kill, and I'm getting PTSD.
I think as the place for boats, I think you just need to assume that Jason KB is always going to be in your lane at this point. Let Lacuna and Brown Ale do their thing, and then, you know, your Lux, I guess, just throw your E's onto the wave, and then you're having a good time. So
yeah, and you can already see they are targeting this top lane, and this tower might go bye-bye. They have the Rift Terra. This might just be all 5... Yeah, this is all 5 plays, by the way.
Oh my... Okay, Lacuna, step away. Give him to Brown Ale, man.
Right, no.
Give it to him. No.
Tower gonna be going down, and this Urgot and Nocturne are so fed already. It's looking good if you are a Collective fan. Hold on, though. Dream looking to strike back. Nice arrow lands onto the Jinx. No way Jinx gets out of this one. No flash, no heal. Damage coming through. Give it to the Vi. Goes to the Vi. Very well played.
Oh my god, it's sister, the sister rivalry. This is Arcane action.
Arcane, oh my god.
Season 2 spoilers.
Leaks. Oh, I didn't watch season 2 yet.
We're watching it right now, man. It's happening right in front of our eyes. But yeah, I mean, Janna not having enough extended CC the Monsoon, really just, you know, the single tap of it gives them the knockback. But again, not enough. Vi got an ult, flash, and a Q. Like, I don't know how Janna can block all of that when, especially she's unstoppable in that ult. So it's really not going too far for them here.
Yeah, now, I mean, the, maybe.
See, that's what we like to see. Okay.
Yeah, that was like, okay, maybe the engage is going to come through, but Collective need to be very, very careful. Jinx is on the bot wave, and the side of Feed the Dream, they are arriving here, and they're just cut off. They have nowhere to go. Nice tornado coming through. Flash forward from the Tom Kench. That's one down on Cool Squash, able to kill the Lux. Jason K. Boyd running forward. He's going to be able to kill the Jinx. Oh, this isn't what you want to be.
Oh, no.
Get out of the pit. Get out of the pit. Oh, he's going to be going down. A bunch of misplays coming through from Collective, and their gold wasn't there. I mean, you just didn't have the Urgot, who has most of your gold, and a huge mistake from Collective. And FTD, they have now tied up the gold, and they have themselves 2 Drakes to 0.
Yeah, at this point, like, play around your top side. Let Brown Ale do his thing. Let Lacuna, like, you need to have that kind of pressure knowing. So the thing about Nocturne is he can be basically everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Because dude just sits in the shadows. Ult is literally half the map. So, you know, you really just want to play that pressure. Don't go in and take those fights and say, it's okay, guys. That's just the second Drake. We don't need it. It's not even 15 minutes in, guys. If this is solo queue, we can't even FF yet. So, eventually, you've got to realize that Drakes like that, there's nothing to be really lost, right? If you just give it up. So, eventually, I think Collective needs to be really choosing where they want to fight. Obviously, you can't fight at all fronts at once when all your gold is only on one side. So, I think especially that third Drake, if they're not in a favorable position, it's just, okay, just give it.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, if you're not in a spot to contest, there's obviously no reason to try to fight. It's only the second Drake. Like, you can give it up, right? You don't need to fight the second dragon. That's not the one you need to fight. And Collective, unfortunately, have kind of given away their gold lead now, and the side of Feed the Dream can come back. You know, I feel like they for sure have a good spot in this game. Like, it's going to be very, very easy for them to win this one. I feel like Ashe has just been the pick of the series, right? Like, this Ashe has been disgusting. Right? If Feed the Dream win, I think it's 3-0 in the series, right? Like, it hasn't lost a game.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, like, this Ashe is nuts. So with the, you got to keep that in mind that the Ashe, it has been buffed. It's a huge utility ADC, and it's been the pick of the series. So we'll see. I think Collective have some answers to be able to take down this Ashe. Again, Ashe is very immobile, so you can get on top of this Ashe. But if Tahm Kench is right next to the Ashe, Tahm Kench will just be eating this Ashe. Now we're looking into the top side though. Raining Wolf did just use his ultimate. We'll see if a fight is going to happen. Lacuna does have the Paranoia, not going to be used. And that is going to be it in the top lane. Lacuna may be looking for something as plating will now fall.
I mean, Raining Wolves is just saying, like, yeah, okay, you guys can have my tower, whatever, take all the plates. I'm just gonna, eat some minions, chomp chomp, and scale up. And the thing is, like, there's so much scaling still for the side of FTD. Like, Uncool Squash, we were saying, on this Corki pick. And Ashe, like we were saying, big utility ADC. Like, they are not lacking damage, I think, into this game. So, I really want to see Collective start just... I mean, they have a lot of single target damage, especially with Jinx. Not Jinx, excuse me, Lux and Nocturne. So... it really comes down to how do they play around, and they're still playing around Brown Ale here up in the top lane, taking that Rift Herald. Maybe use it mid or something to try and get Lux out of that lane, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see what is going to happen. Rift Herald gonna be going over to the side of Collective, and I feel like if you are Collective, it's now we need to funnel our Urgot and have Urgot one behind the game because Jinx is very far behind. Obviously, Janet, you don't funnel the Janet. Lux is kind of far behind, and now the arrow going to be coming through. That's going to be the knockup coming down. Nice knockup from the Janna with that tornado. Ashe doing a bunch of damage. That's going to be the ultimate coming down. I think it's called Monsoon. That is going to come down and heal. That's going to be the traps coming through. Now, Ashe is kind of low, but this Tahm Kench full HP, and that's going to be it in the bot lane. So no kills going over to either of these bot lanes for the side of Collective or FTD.
And wow, look who's mid lane again. It's Jason K. Boy.
Oh no. Jason K. Boy. He's always there. I'm pretty sure a place for boats is gonna have nightmares. Because you're in the mid lane, you're farming, and you're like, okay, it's a Corki, and then bang, Vi comes over the wall with the ultimate, knocks you up. You're like, why? I just want to get some minions, man.
Two games in a row. Dude has I don't know, maybe his client is bugged. He can only path mid lane, or...
Yeah. Hey, that's FTD. It's like TSM, Team Solo Mid. It's
is it really Team Solo Mid if your jungler's always in the mid lane though?
Team Duo Mid.
No.
Listen, it's FTD because it's Feed the Duo.
I think you've just cracked the code.
I cracked the code, chat. I've cracked the code. It's Feed the Duo. It's the Vi. It's the Corki. These two, they're holding hands. They're getting each other fed. They're like, let's go. Here we go. Potential team fight. Gonna be going down with that Drake spawning. Urgot gonna be going in. Lux is in the mid lane. Paranoia is now used. Corki does have that package. The arrow is going through the window. The Jinx ult landed. I would have two coming through my window, and I don't think I can dodge them both, is what I'm saying. That would be a little bit scary. Now, Corki with the poke, with the package. Definitely need to keep an eye on this. This is split fight company coming through. That's going to be the package being used. Brown Ale is now cut off. No one on his team can save him. And the package will be able to cut them off. That's a huge knockup coming through. That's going to be the Tahm Kench going in. It's going to be a disaster for the side of the Collective. They're going to have to flash away. Actually flashing forward. He's looking to get the slows. He will get them down now with no flash on the Lux. Lux should go down. Rocket's going to miss. All they need is one auto. That's a flash forward from Squash. Jason K. Boy going to be going in. Has that ultimate. Bunny's going to use it. The answer is now. No spell shield avail from this Nocturne. Doesn't have the flash. Is it going to be an ace for the side of Feed the Dream? 3 comes through. They're going a little bit too far forward. Raining Wolves really wants the kill, but maybe we need to back off of this one. Don't want to end the game away. A 4-for-0 for the side of Feed the Dream. Up in kills 9-3. Up in Dragons 3-0. And they are looking good in this game number 3.
There was so much misexecution that fight. I don't even have a replay of it to show, but the fact that Lacuna uses his ulti isn't able to actually assassinate everybody, right? I think the Death Bush strategy just was not what they wanted to do. I think you need to have vision set up, let them walk in, and then before they can clump its 5, then you catch, because Ashe was behind, right? She was alone by herself. Then if you have that vision already set up, then you can have Lacuna and everyone else have that that pick potential, and then you can take off from there. But going into a fight, just kind of pressing ults and then being like, yeah, guys, we're just going to throw out our ults and see what happens. You know, I just think it's a big misexecution from the side of Collective. FTD, knowing what they want to do each and every fight is really, really starting to show, and Collective is just falling further and further behind.
Yeah, Collective, you know, falling behind here. The good news is they're actually, despite the kills being 9-3, they're actually only down 3k. Now, again, this is one of those things where you're in the game, you don't actually, you know, you don't realize what the gold lead is, right? You can have some sort of indicator that with objective bounties are up, you know, you're obviously behind like 3 to 4k or more. Like, once you see those come up, you know you're behind, but you don't know what the actual lead is. So, you know, Collective, I feel like, might feel they're actually down more than they are, is maybe they're looking onto the Tahm Kench. That's the paranoia coming through. They're looking onto this Ashe. Tahm Kench, will they be able to eat the Ashe? Yes, they will. But with the Ashe being so low, huge shields coming through. He stays alive. The Ashe is able to live. That's the Ignite coming through. Does he have enough healing to stay alive? No, will eventually fall to the Janna. But Collective, they go so far forward, and they end up losing one in the process. And feed the dream that Tahm Kench eats coming in clutch for them.
Yeah, I think there was so much that just kind of went wrong. There's a big chain of events that just kind of didn't go the way that Collective wanted them to go. So, plays for boats, walks in first, throws in the Q at Tahm Kench, actually missing both Ashe and Tahm Kench. So Hello 301 and Yorichi get to walk away scot-free, not getting hit by that snare. And then Lacuna presses the paranoia, turns the lights off, goes in for Hello 301. And then at this point, Lux does not have the Q, right? They don't have any lockdown. And by that time, Yorichi is like, yo, I got you, man. And then presses R, Guardian, Locket, and a shield from ult. And then Marty, I'm scared, walks up and presses R. The support, Marty support, walks up, presses R, and then pushes Ashe a little bit further away. So I feel like there's just a lot of miscommunication, misexecution from everyone on a lot of fronts there.
Yeah, and, you know, 2 minutes until this dragon's gonna spawn, right? This is soul for FTD. I feel like if FTD wins this fight, they're probably gonna win the game. Look at Uncool Squash in the mid lane. This guy in every single game has been absolutely popping off. Granted, he's gotten a lot of resources, a lot of attention, but if you have that player where if you give them the resources, if you give them attention, they can carry, you know, that's huge for your team, especially going into the playoffs, right? Next week is playoffs. Like, this is the last regular season game, and it's crunch time for playoffs, you know. You don't, it's not one where in regular season, all right, we're going to show up each week, we're going to play, yada, 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 no elimination. No, there's elimination now. So, FTD coming in hot in this series. Uncool Squash has been having an exceptional series. He's gotten quirky every single game. I believe in,
yeah.
You know, 5-0-3 in this one with a minute left, potentially getting that Infernal Soul. If Corki gets this Infernal Soul, you know, so much damage can be coming through from that poke. You know, the big rocket lands and good buys. Here we go. Gonna be looking on to Lacuna. Potentially, they do end up catching him out on Cool Squash. We were just talking about him. He picks up another one. 6-0-3. A minute until this dragon spawns. FTD in a really good spot.
Yeah, I mean, you're 6-0-3, you got that 700 gold shutdown at like 22 minutes, right? This is why I was talking about having a Nocturne Vex instead of the Nocturne Lux, because then you have that single target damage and you really are able to lock down these carries, right? I think Tahm Kench here also a huge pick for them, and maybe if you wanted Nocturne Vex, Nocturne Lux, then maybe you need to ban that Tahm Kench. I think my question here is that FTD, they're looking like they have so many things to ban now. Do you ban this Corki? Do you ban the Ashe? Or take the Ashe, right? Or do you ban that Vi? Or ban that TK? There are so many things I feel like they needed to take away. And, you know, we are saying this about Collective game number 1. It's like, hey, try to do the same thing you guys did game number 1. But FTD found their winning strategy and they were able to replicate it in this game here.
Yeah, FTD found their winning strategy now. Here we go. Ashe is left alone. If they can get a ward onto this Ashe, Brown Ale flashing forward. That's the paranoia coming through. They've caught out the Ashe alone, but what's happening on the other side of the fight? Uncool Squash just kills 2 with the package. Oh no, a little bit of failed flashes, but at the end of the day, FTD Darkin's going to take the 5-0. It's a, or 5-1. It's a quadra kill to Uncool Squash. Absolutely popping off on this Corki.
Yeah, they're doing the Baron and Drake at the same time. This time we have a replay as we look at this one more time. When we take a look at this, obviously, they're taking way too long to take this Ashe down, right? Brown Ale committing that flash and going forward, all these ults, Lux ult doesn't connect, all these other things. Now, like you said, things just kind of collecting, Corki's just collecting everyone on the backside there with that huge package. And, yeah, it just, I don't know what to say anymore after that. They take the Baron, they take that Drake, they have Infernal Soul and Baron at 24 minutes clutch.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw in the replay. The reason why I laughed was so I saw Vi flash over the wall and then immediately Q back over. I don't know
Oh
if they
yeah,
were
I
trying
saw
to,
that
do
next.
something
Yeah.
some insect crazy play, but this, I just thought that was funny. It didn't really matter. They still won the fight, but I thought it was super funny to see her go like, "Ooh, I'm over. Ooh, I'm back over," super fast. I was like, "Wow, what just happened?" That was very funny to see. But FTD 16-5 in this game. Infernal Soul, Baron. You gotta think this is probably.
Yeah, clutch. I mean, look at Corki. Oh wow, that's yeah.
My arrow is gonna land. Only one rocket. Goodbye.
Yeah.
So guys, if we give Corki Infernal Soul, he's gonna 1-9.
It's almost like Corki and literally any other champions of the team can just kind of throw whatever they want now, being this far ahead. Almost, you're getting around like an 8K gold lead at the moment, where it just doesn't even matter anymore what collective experience can do. Obviously, FTD can just march down. They've made almost 2,700 gold from this Baron, taking an inhib. They're taking basically everything they want at this point. Oh, that rocket almost hit.
Yeah, this Corki, very strong. Jinx ult!
Oh my god.
Just gotta be careful.
Don't worry,
what
guys.
happens if a Jinx ult misses and an Ashe ult? Do I gotta dodge both?
Don't worry, Brown Ale's protecting the top turret. It's okay. We win these.
Okay. Will Brown Ale block Jinx ult and Ashe ult for me, IRL? Or am I gonna get hit by both? Because I can't dodge both. I can only dodge one. Am I getting stunned by Ashe ult, IRL Exornian, or am I getting blown up by Jinx ult? I think Ashe
What if
ult,
you
right?
get stunned first and then blown up by
Oh.
Jinx ulti? Yeah.
Well, that would not be very fun. That would be even worse than just getting, just eating a Jinx ult. As okay, Nocturne potentially looking. This has got to be the Hail Mary play coming through from the side of Collective. They're able to find one. Need to watch the Corki though. That's the huge carry for the side of Feed the Dream. Ashe is cutting very well too. Very low HP bars on Cool Squash. One's forward. He's able to find one. Are they able to find the Janna? The answer is yes. Double kill for Uncool Squash on the Corki. It's now 3 dead for the side of Collective. Baroned up minions. 13-0 on this Corki. And I feel like this is the ending push.
Yeah, they're down 10K. It's down the Soul, down a Baron. Baron has made them almost 5. Okay, now it's 5,000 gold. Right? So I just don't understand what they can do anymore. Yeah, okay, you don't get to have HP against Corki.
Yeah, Corki does so much damage. We'll see if he's going to be able to find another kill. If he's
Bam.
able to land the big one.
Ooh.
Oh, and that's another one. 14-0 for Uncool Squash. I don't even need to say who the MVP for Feed the Dream is, because I think everyone knows it's Uncool Squash. He's had an exceptional series, and he's going to be looking to carry that one into the playoffs. They don't actually end the game. A little bit scary, all right. Game is not over just yet. Jinx ult coming through my window. Dodged that one. Didn't hit me. But we'll have to see. I mean, Feed the Dream. Again, I feel like, they probably just end up winning the game in the next couple of minutes. But, hey, Collective, imagine they come back. That would be pretty insane. Backs against the wall, they come back. And that'd be hype, actually.
I've seen SKT do it. They were down 10K and turned the game around. If they can do it, then EGL players can do it, right?
Of course. Of course. That's how that works, right? I mean, I feel like
that's how people say. They're like, I saw Faker play Kai'Sa mid, so I can play Kai'Sa mid.
Yeah. If I was Faker, I'd be Challenger.
I mean, if I was Faker, I'd be Faker. It's as simple as that, my friend.
Yeah, if you were Faker, you'd be Faker. That is true, actually. That's a factual statement. If you were Faker, you would be Faker. All right. Well, FTD going to be looking to end this game. Corki now with the package. gonna be looking to target this bot lane turret with supers flooding top and mid. You've got to think, all right, this is probably going to be the bot tower going down. Raining Wolves, he's just tanking the tower. He doesn't need minions. He is the minion. Just kidding.
He is the minion. He's the super minion. Look at him. He's walking with the minions.
He's the super minion. He's the super minion. Some poke gonna be coming down. I'm scared for this Corky package, by the way. Oh, here we go. Corky package is gonna be going in. Oh my, what happened to the HP bars? As that's Uncool Squash running forward. He finds 2. Will he be able to find 3? He's gonna be going into the GA. The final fight's gonna be going down, and it looks like it's all FTD. Uncool Squash not able to get the triple. Ash able to pick up a kill.
Yo, you guys don't need that tower.
And the game!
And the game!
And then. But FTD, you know, a rough game 1, but game 2, game 3, they looked very clean, and they're gonna end up picking up this series. And with that, they will improve to 5-2 on the season and will lock themselves 3rd place. They'll be going up against Literal Monkeys in the first round of the playoffs. Aftermath Esports will be going up against VBU Plutonium in the first round of the playoffs. Now, Literal Monkeys can tie Feed the Dream in record, but Literal Monkeys did beat Feed the Dream. So they would win the head-to-head. Doesn't matter. Collective now in 5th place. No matter what, they can't get 4th. Last match is between Clown Gaming Hyperion and Project Iconic, who is playing Literal Monkeys. They're currently 1-1. So, you know, some games still left, but top 5 spots now solidified. Some hype matchups in the playoffs now.
Yeah, I mean, double elimination brackets starting in that winner's bracket, you know, then, you know, get that second chance there if you do lose. But I think I would need to see where Collective ends up after this. I do think they start in the loser's bracket now. I think, correct me if I'm wrong.
They will be 5th because they ended. So Collective now is 3-4 on the season, right? And they can't get 6th. It's impossible to get 6th. It's impossible for them to get 4th, obviously, because the lowest team would be 4-3. So now they're in 5th. So they have slotted into the losers bracket. So we'll see. I don't remember if they. I think they. Okay, I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to give you guys false information of who they would play round 1 of the losers bracket. But they would obviously either play the loser of 1v4 or 2v3, right? I have to relook at it to see who they would play. But yeah, Collective now in the losers bracket 5th seed. They only have 1 life, so they basically have to run the losers bracket to end up winning it all. So really, really hype. I feel like both these teams definitely showed us, you know, they are capable of, you know, being, you know, top 4 in the league. But FTD at the end of the day just was able to kind of edge this one out.
Yeah, I think it was really disappointing seeing that they, you know, Collective wasn't able to repeat the same thing they did in game number 1. I feel like we were saying this before, you know, that whole team comp revolves around a lot more than just Veigar. I feel like FTD banning Veigar shouldn't have just completely made them pivot their strategy like that. Like we talked about Kites and Nautilus in game number 2, and we talked about Jinx Janna in the 3rd game. I feel like, I think Collective was just trying to change way too much in both game 2 and number 3.
Yeah, I think, you know, just kind of stick with what worked for them. But regardless, they're in the playoffs. So is FTD. Both these teams are in the playoffs. So we'll see more of them in the playoffs. Is there anything to say before we are going to head to going home and also the last regular season? You know, now we're going to be in playoffs. No more regular season. It's over.
Time passes by so quickly. I remember when I was like, yo, welcome to week number 1. We're like, whoa, week number 7 already, right?
Week number 7, we're like,
yo, what? Yeah. Overall, I mean, that's the birthday gift for Yurichi, right? It's their birthday. So,
yep.
Happy birthday, FTD support. That's your birthday gift.
The win and top 4. Let's go. What a better birthday. Yeah, I mean, play some League of Legends. You got the win. You got top 4. Feeling good. Feel like you're feeling good. But with that, we are going to go, guys. FTD taking the 2-1 over Collective Experience. Both these teams going to be in the playoffs. And we will see you guys on Friday, where we are going to see Revolution taking on AH Tyranny in that stream match. Going to be an absolute banger. So make sure to check that one out. And thank you guys all for watching.
Blonde hair, blue eyes, that'll make you faint on sight. But she looks like trouble.
Her lips so kissable and poisonous. I know she won't be good for me. But I don't care, 'cause I know it's so rare for a guy like me to get a chance with a girl like her. And I won't waste that chance. 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 She got me like. Her looks, I assume they come with a price. She's smiling, but that may just be a disguise. I wanna say hi, but I'm scared she'll kill me. Could we? Will we? Would she? Probably not. But I don't care, 'cause I know it's so rare for a guy like me to get a chance with a girl like her. And I won't waste that chance. 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 She got me low.